real CBD that works.com. Welcome to the show, Brad O'Brien, attorney at law. I want to ask you something, Brad. What is the number one problem that real estate attorneys deal with? I never asked you that before. You can grab that mic, put it close to your mouth, and turn it on before you talk. Thank you, sir. What's going on? What do you think the number one thing?
I think it changes from time to time based on the economy. I do help people buy and sell real estate, both residential and commercial. When times are good, it's a bunch of transactions. When the economy turns, it's a lot of disputes.
Like what kind of disputes would come up in a regular buy-sell?
But recently, we have contracts that are getting kind of going sideways when sellers sign a contract, but then they have cold feet, or they think they could have done better, and they try to get out of it. So that sort of thing.
So sellers wanting to get out. That's a controversy. And I've asked people this before. Can sellers simply get out of a contract?
Well,
or there's no specific performance, is there? I heard all they have to do is give the earnest money back. Is that true in most contracts?
Well, sellers can use anything in the contract that gives them the right to get out. But if that doesn't exist, then they're pretty much stuck.
Well, I was always taught, and I think this might be an urban legend, I was told if you get a full price offer, you have to take it. But that's not true, is it?
Well, if you sign a listing agreement with a real estate broker, you're going to put in that listing agreement what you'll accept. And if the broker brings you an offer in that amount, yeah, you owe them a commission. Now, you don't necessarily have to sell to that person, but it's really a commission question.
That's okay, but what about a buying broker? What if a broker comes from outside and they have someone that wants to pay full price? And how do we get multiple offers? Because you would think if I'm a real estate person and I go to a listing broker and offer full price and they say no, and I say, why?
Well, brokers are obliged to pass along offers that they received.
So the seller of the property says, let's see, Tom wants to pay full price for this property, no contingencies. Now I'm going to hold out to see if I get more money.
Yes, a seller doesn't have to sign the contract, but it's when they do sign it.
Okay, that's why why can't that buying broker say you owe me commission? I brought you a full price offer.
Well, generally, buying brokers get paid by the seller through the seller's broker.
So it's not the same contractual obligation.
No, there's no contract between the buyer and the buyer's broker and the seller.
So anyway, that's weird. I always wondered about that. I always wondered if a buying broker brings a ready buyer to the table for full price, how can the seller turn it down? They can. They don't have to sign it.
That's right.
Okay. 303-713. It seemed to me that they're putting out an advertisement. Here's my house. Here's what it costs. Here's what I'll accept. And if I come and say, okay, I'll meet every single one of those conditions, they can still say no.
Yes, but most sellers would say yes. Obviously.
Not necessarily, because that's how they get the higher offers. In fact, Frank Duran, the real estate man, has built a practice on it. He'll list a house at a certain price. And to be honest with you, it's a little lower than it should be listed at. I mean, not should be. It's a little lower than the other houses on purpose because he wants to get attention. And guess what? He does. And he gets multiple offers. Weird. So, I mean, I'm not saying he's doing anything wrong. I think Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, is doing a great job when he does that. I think he does a great job. But you would think more buying brokers would complain. Wait, I just brought you something that you said you would take. Yeah, that's to me it's hazy. But you're saying no contractual agreement exists between that buyer and that seller.
Between the buyer's broker and the seller.
Right. Okay. Don, let's talk about this. This came from yesterday, and I want to bring it up because I think that it's important. Go ahead, Don. You called in, or who called in? Did you call in, Don?
No.
He was on yesterday with Mark.
Mark, okay. So let's talk about the call. Mark, do you remember this one? This was a lease issue, Don. Go ahead. Why don't you recap it? Or, Mark, you can recap it. Either one. I don't care.
Yeah, his lease is up. The landlord wanted to jump his rent by up to 33%, but in his old lease, it says he can only do it by 20%. So the landlord then agreed to only do it by 20%, but does not want to give him another year's lease, wants to turn it into a 30-day.
Wait a minute, a 30-day?
and I'm sure he wants to do that because then after 30 days, he'll raise it the next
Mark, do you mean turn it into a 30-day agreement or a month-to-month
a
agreement?
month-to-month agreement.
Okay. So, Don, your landlord is saying we will give you less of an increase on a month-to-month basis. Is that right?
In truth, I haven't been able to get them to discuss a year lease with me.
No, I'm not asking about that. The month-to-month that the landlord offered is for how much?
Well, it's for the 20% over.
And what?
is
Okay,
what they're doing
if you want to sign a year lease, how much will it be over? How much? How much of an increase if you sign a year?
They won't give him a year.
I don't know.
Oh, they won't give him a
I don't
year
know.
at
They
all.
haven't discussed it.
They're not giving him a year's lease no matter what.
They're not communicating with him, according to him, at all.
Well, Don, your lease is going to be up. What do they expect you to do? Stay there or leave?
They sent him another lease. That's basically a template. That's a month-to-month lease.
Okay, at a 20% increase.
Yes.
So what is his
Yeah.
question?
Can they do it?
Of course they can. Brad, I don't have to be a real estate attorney to know that. The landlord's coming up on the end of a lease, and he says, hey, I'm offering you a month-to-month at a 20% increase. Can he do it?
Sure.
Sure. Unless there was a guaranteed renewal in the old lease of some kind,
Right.
right?
If a lease ends at a
we
certain
had discussed it at the time that he took over the property.
You don't
And
have to discuss
He
it.
had indicated to me, well, I discussed it with him.
Oh, and what did he
find
say?
out whether or not it was available, and he said yes, that they would give me a year's lease, that it was something that they could do and would be willing to do.
Okay,
Now,
but he didn't.
coming
Okay,
into
but
the
that
lease,
wasn't a
it was-
contract.
Okay, well, I've talked to 3 different individuals there. Each one of them, the owners or partners within this particular company, and each one of them said that they would give me the 12-month lease, and then come the time for it, they're like, nope.
No, I
sorry.
get it, Don.
And they
But
actually
so
sent me an email
what is your
written.
contention? Your contention is because you talked to 3 different representatives who indicated they would give you a year's lease, therefore they must give you a year's lease. Is that what your contention is?
Considering that 2 of them are the property owners and the other one is
I'm
their
asking a
property
straight
manager,
question.
and
Considering okay, let me rephrase the
there's
question.
a verbal
Since
agreement in
2
my-
owners told you they would give you a year's lease, therefore you feel they are compelled to do so.
Well, at least a time frame within the lease, because they're not allowing that. They're not doing anything in that regard, and they're not communicating.
But Don, are they honoring the lease?
After some arm bending, yeah.
What do you mean
Yeah,
arm
they're
bending? I'm
honoring
talking about the existing lease. Are they honoring the existing lease without arm bending?
Now they are.
What were
We
they doing
actually had to go
before?
ahead-
What were they doing before that was violating your lease?
They were trying to go ahead and have us pay a new deposit. They were wanting to go ahead and raise it a lot more than what the
That's
lease
not.
agreed.
Hold on,
They were-
Don, man, listen. Let's think logically. I'm talking about the current lease. They're not asking you to make a new deposit on the current lease. They were saying if you want a new lease, this is what you have to do.
Okay.
Were they honoring the old lease, and when does it expire?
They weren't at first. They were trying to up it by 33%. In his old lease that is ready to expire, it said they would only up it by 20%.
Okay, so that's right. Then he did have to arm bend, but he didn't make that clear. So right now, they are honoring the old lease by upping it only 20%.
Yeah, but what they're doing is really putting the screws to him because they were going to give him a 1 year with it. Now, because they have to honor the old lease and the 20%, they're saying, we're just going to go month to month on you.
But does the old lease say that they can raise it 20% and will offer you a 1 year lease? Does the old lease mention a guaranteed 1 year renewal at 20%?
No, but it does say that that it goes month to month during the time that they are renegotiating the lease.
Okay, I got it.
You can go
But
ahead
I
and
was
do that.
looking for any
I'm just
wording,
looking for a
Don.
timeframe.
Don, I'm trying to help you, man. I'm looking for any wording in the old lease, in the old one, that said anything about 20% and 1 year. or 20% and 2 years. But you're saying, no, there's nothing. It's only 20%. And they tried to do 30%. You made them do 20%. But they said, okay, we're going to do 20%, but we're only going to do it for month to month. So the question is, can they do it? That's what we'll ask the attorney.
Dave Ramsey here for Water Pros. Let's talk about your water, a precious resource that's a part of life. Harmful cleaners, chemicals, and pharmaceuticals are dumped down the drain daily, and they don't just magically disappear.
I trust Water Pros. Water treatment should not.
He thinks he has them on a contract because they said they would give him a 1-year lease.
That doesn't matter.
That's what I want to
I need to see the language of the old lease.
Okay. I got it here. I'm pulling it up.
I trust. Go to waterpros.net.
What if you could refinance your mortgage without starting your loan all over again, potentially saving hundreds of dollars a month, plus tens of thousands of dollars long term? Well, fortunately for you, it is possible. You just have to call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Hey, it's Michael Brown reminding you to take advantage of a free, no-obligation mortgage review so that you can understand all your home loan options, from flexible terms to competitive rates.
All right, I'm sending it to you right now.
Cash. Whatever
There
you
you
need,
go.
they've got you covered.
It has the current lease
Up to $1,000 a month.
that's been executed, and then it's got the new lease. The new lease is definitely just the template.
American Finance. What are you waiting for? If you start soon, you could skip 2 mortgage payments and could close in as fast as 10 days. So call American Financing at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online AmericanFinancing.net.
With every estate comes questions. Do I need a trust in addition to a will? Do I need a beneficiary's deed? Do I need that instead of probate? Or I'm facing probate, what do I do? For all of the answers, you can get them free of charge by calling BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE. Yes, he'll answer your questions. Then if you want to hire him, he'll charge you flat rates for whatever you want to do, and he'll quote them up front, 833-ASK-BLAKE, for all of your answers. Simply Floors, Inc. is simply the best place to get flooring. What else could I say? All kinds of carpeting, all grades of carpeting, LVT as well, and they have, of course, hardwoods, laminates, and engineered floors, all with better installers and better pricing. That's right, along with great financing. They're good people at 52nd Ward, Southwest corner, but you can make your appointment online, and they'll come to you, simplyfloorsinc.com. That's simplyfloorsinc.com.
Hi, folks. Stan Cicchini.
I'm sorry, I'll get into it.
How can it be that we started Done Right Home Improvements way back in 1985 already? How could it be that 3 of our grandkids are now working in the business? Geez, we didn't have grandkids back then. And to think that we've...
But what's really funny about it is it's got they actually screwed themselves by putting that 20% clause in. Their idea was, hey, if you don't sign a new lease at the end of this term, we're going to up you by 20%. They were actually saying it is you better sign a new lease or else your rent's going to go up 20%. But now that they wanted to bring it up 33%, they kind of screwed themselves.
I think this is less of an extension.
It says, if residents do not sign a new fixed-term lease and the lease reverts to a month-to-month status, the rent is charged at the current rate plus 20%.
Okay, this is month-to-month in 2017.
That's what it looks like to me.
He's got no rent split at all.
But not with
He can be
ZipRecruiter.
evicted
Its powerful technology actively finds
Unless if this is the only one he got a hold of.
So while other
And
companies
he's
might give it a
renewing
lot
each
of
year.
pay, ZipRecruiter finds you
I don't see any annual of the
pay
middle.
stack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter.
Have you ever seen a lease where there's there's options forever at a locked-in price? Is there ever? Yeah, for pretty much ever. Because you could never sell that property then.
That would not be applicable to rent law.
Okay.
It's against the rules of security.
Got it.
French fries to feed the crew, we should just order lunch through Easy Cater. Food from all our favorite restaurants.
I try to see 99
anytime and
reviews.
as ordered.
Those are important.
99, I mean, that might as well be like
Yeah, but you said forever. So
Yeah,
that's why
I got
said
you.
forever.
But Easy Cater just does. Food
Gotcha.
for work on time and as ordered from over 85,000 restaurants.
Which is weird because you can have a product that you could
As the
could get
country bounces back from COVID and mass mandates
percentage or a certain dollar amount of sales in perpetuity.
Right here, right now.
That's not real estate.
Real estate. That's more Google,
Purely real
Facebook,
estate.
more than TV. In fact, radio reaches 20% more millennials than TV. More of the people you want to talk to all in one place? Visit iHeartAdvertising.com and get AM and FM working for you. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Partly sunny skies for your Tuesday with temperatures right around the upper 70s and the low 80s. We do have a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms as we get into this afternoon, potentially a few severe storms in the eastern part. I'm Fox 31
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson Podcast all week, Democrats are demanding new gun control laws that would have been in the shooting in Texas, as Republicans are saying it's time to arm teachers that want special training. So who's going to win this battle? I'll tell you. Download the Ben Ferguson Podcast now.
The Colorado Golf Association partners with nonprofit organizations and school districts to share the game of golf with kids in our communities. And CGA Junior members now play golf for $5 or less through the Youth on Course program. To learn more, visit coloradogolf.org.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. Don't forget waterpros.net for the best water systems at the lowest prices. It's that simple. Paul the Waterman will bring you the best systems at the lowest prices, like drinking water for under $1,000. Never buy bottled water again. 303-862-5554. So, here's the question looming. Don says he had a lease, and now they're only offering him month to month upon renewal with a 20% increase. That's what it all comes down to. However, he says before the lease was up, he asked two owners who both indicated, yes, Don, we will renew this lease for a year. Okay, was that a contract? Brad O'Brien, attorney at law. Just bring that close to you, man. You don't have to stretch. Oh, I'm sorry. There you go.
Well, a contract can be formed two different ways. Obviously in writing, but if it's not in writing, it might be enforceable as something called an estoppel, which is a promise. If someone gives you a promise and you rely on it, that might be enforceable.
Really? In real estate, how many times have you seen in real estate that really enforced?
Well, that's kind of a Hail Mary
right.
legal theory, but I've won court cases on that.
Okay, so can you win his court case? They promised him twice. How are you going to prove it?
Well, in garden variety landlord-tenant leases, you generally look to what's in writing.
So what does his lease say?
Well, his lease says it's from 2016 of June of 2016 until May of 2017, and then it says month to month after that. So it appears that he's been...
It already says that.
Yeah.
In other words, he's been on a month to month.
It looks like that.
No, evidently that's a very old signing of the lease. The contract itself is from then. Since then, we have renewed annually just by renewing and re-signing the cover sheet of that.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And it just expired here at the end of May.
Okay, so the one that just expired also said it reversed month to month then. Under your theory, if all you did was extended the old lease, then the old lease upon expiration reverts to a month to month. So there you have your answer. It's in writing that the lease reverts to a month to month. What Don is saying is, however, Don, I've heard you, and I heard you the 3 times you told me. However, he talked to 2 owners and 1 other representative who all said, we are going to offer you a new lease. What I'm trying to get across to Don, without clouding it up with estoppel, is that you don't have a contract for another lease. And Don, it may sound harsh, but I'm trying to be honest with you so you don't waste your time and money and you find a new place to live. Brad, you can add to it, but...
yeah.
I mean, if he came into your office, what would you tell him? Find a new place to live, or let's fight this verbal agreement?
A landlord or a seller can negotiate with you, but until they sign, they're not obliged. They're not on the hook for that contract. Because it's not a contract until they sign.
Now, since they sent us the other lease, they sent that very late. They sent that a week before they wanted us to actually have it signed. And as you can see, it was incomplete. With that,
Okay, Don, I know where you're going with this. Don, can I just tell you, because I know where you're going with this, Don, it reverted to a month-to-month. If it took you another 3 months to get a new lease negotiated, you would be on a month-to-month under the old terms.
Yes, I understand that. Now, what I'm wanting to know is, can I hold them to the 90 days in that negotiating contract? They have also sent me
what 90 days? What 90 days?
That when you receive a new lease or a new contract, you have 90 days to review that.
Who told you that? Don, are you watching Perry Mason? Because your law's not coming from the Colorado revised statutes. Where do you get that you have... What?
It is. It's from the 2021 revised statutes that went into effect in October.
Okay, so we have a new statute, educate me, that says whenever you are given a lease, you have 90 days to read it.
If the lease is month to month, they have 60 days to actually get you out of there, is what it says.
So it's not 90 days.
Well, it's 60 plus the 30.
But it has nothing to do with this one, or does it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, Brad. Do you know what he's talking about? Can you give us the CRS number? Then we'll put you on hold and let Brad read it. It's only fair that we do that. Give it to Suzanne off the air. Suzanne, get that CRS number. Cindy, welcome to the show. What question do you have, Cindy? Listen, Don, I hope you found a smoking gun, whatever the hell they call it, a loophole. Cindy, what's going on?
I think mine's real easy. I have a probate question regarding real estate. Does that personal representative have to refi the home prior to listing it? Or as a representative, can they sell it?
Without refining it. Hold on, let me get it straight. When the deceased died, they had a loan on the home.
Correct.
The home went into the estate, is that right?
Yeah.
And it still has that loan on it, is that right?
Yeah.
Is the mortgage company aware of the death?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because I'm the personal representative, and I brought them down a certified certificate.
Most mortgage companies will not invoke a due-on-death clause, will not, if the estate makes haste with the sale. If the estate gets into an argument and it goes on for months, they're going to do the due-on-death clause.
Which means what?
What I mean is this: if your estate has no argument and they're going to sell the house right away, most mortgage companies are not going to go through the brain damage of making you refi first.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
If you're selling it right away, they're not going to. It's called against public interest. They're not going to make undue hardship on you. However, some estates can't agree. They can't agree to, hey, we're going to sell. No, we want to rent it. No, we want our son to live in it. And they get into arguments. Then the mortgage company is not going to stand for that.
Okay.
So, there's no law that I know of that says you must refi that house before you sell it, because the new buyers are basically just going to pay it off and move on.
Okay.
Did anyone tell you had to refi it?
No, but us all talking as a family, we didn't know.
The best one to answer that, to be honest with you, the best one to answer that is your mortgage company. And most likely, since they haven't bugged you yet, they assume you're selling it.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Our American Stories podcast.
Right now, a big delay through Commerce City on East I-270. This has been active all morning long. It's an overturned tanker truck eastbound I-270 between Vasquez and Quebec, blocking the center and right lanes. Only the left lane is open, so traffic is jammed back to I-25. You may want to use I-70 as your alternate. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, a chance for some thunderstorms this afternoon. afternoon, more severe out on the eastern plains. And a high of 81, tonight's low 51, and then for tomorrow, partly cloudy skies with a high around 70. Currently, 66. With your impact traffic and weather, McLaughlin,
What do you mean?
30
Did you put those in?
After having children of their own, one decided to adopt
just,
6 more.
I don't know.
Here's a story of how their family became the size of a baseball team. Be sure to next edition of Our American Stories on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I love QCColorado.com. Do you know what QCColorado.com is? It's a company that sells a QC, quiet, cool, whole house fan. I used it again last night. Oh, this is the season to save money on air conditioning with QC Colorado. Here's what happens. You turn on the QC in the morning or in the evening or whenever there's a temperature differential where there's cooler air in the basement or the first floor. And it sucks all that cool air up through the house and the hot air out. That's what it does. Conditioner works less. It's just science, right? It works. And it saved me about 70% on air conditioning, 303-800-3419. It only takes a couple hours to install. There's no digging in the walls. It's all remote controlled, and it's quiet, cool. QCColorado.com, 303-800-3419. That's 303-904-3419. Harris Family Law is a family law attorney that I urge you to call if you're having trouble. I hope you never need them, but Harris Family Law does what's called unbundled services. That means they'll do any part of your divorce or the whole thing, whatever you want. They also do collaborative law, which is a method they use to contact the other side, not to file anything with the courts, but talk everything out and only go for the final decree. It's been very successful. Harris Family Law, call for your review, 303-515-5000. People I know and trust, 303-515-5000, harrisfamilylaw.com.
Stock markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid twice? How's that even possible? To sell your home and get paid twice? You can with Orchard. It's simple. Orchard makes you a solid cash offer on your home. If you agree, boom, here's your cash. Orchard handles everything from there.
Do you see some 90-day law?
Clean, list, and show your home. And if your old home sells for more than Orchard paid you for,
he's saying with a month-to-month lease, they have to give you 60 days notice.
That bears repeating.
So when he has a month-to-month lease, which makes 90 days, that's what he's trying to say. And he's right then, right? If it reverted to month to month.
I don't know if that's for eviction purposes. I don't know what that.
No, it's the statute is if you give an unwritten lease between 1 and 6 months, then you get 60 days of a notice of rent increase. If he's got a written lease,
sell your home.
Okay,
doesn't apply.
Okay.
Learn how and get a free home valuation at Orchard.
You can get him back on about that statute if he gave you the number.
He didn't.
That's the same thing where they change. You can only up the rent once a year, right?
Well, that's
it was part of the whole package.
Yeah, right. But there's no 90-day thing. Like someone gives you a lease, you got 9 days to look at it. I don't know. That's wrong.
Unless he's saying that was in the old lease, but I've never seen that.
Well, that's not. He was fine. You got 90 days to look for the landlord.
Maybe if they gave it to you 90 days before the termination of the other one.
Satisfactory reports are amazing. They have 100 clinics nationwide, including right here in Denver. You can get real pain relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. So stop putting it off. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. Call 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986.
Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. A care team of medical professionals actually come to your house. They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or an urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches, urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound. It's almost everything that they can do at the ER. You never feel rushed. They're there for you and only you. I felt like their only patient.
And it costs no more than a trip to urgent care because Dispatch Health is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. See if we serve your home at dispatchhealth.com.
Dispatch Health really went above and beyond. It's wonderful to have care come to your home.
House calls are back, and they're better than ever. Learn more at dispatchhealth.com.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We do have an answer for Don. We looked at the law and have an opinion on that, and I think he was confused. Well, he's upset because we're not telling him what he wants to hear. And here's something I want to put out, especially to people who say, Tom, why don't you help him? Okay, I am helping him. Do you know how? By telling him what the law says, by telling him what he can do and what he can't do. So, Don, that law has to do with people with unwritten leases. Can you explain it? And we have Brad O'Brien with us, O'Brien Legal Services. Go ahead, Brad.
Sure. The statute from last fall, the new one, says if you have an unwritten lease of between 1 and 6 months, the landlord has to give you 60 days notice of any rent increase. But in this case, Don had a written lease. That doesn't apply.
All right. So the 60 days notice would then constitute 90 days altogether with the month you're in. So truly, it doesn't mean if you're negotiating a new lease and they give it to you, you now have 60 days or 90 days to look at it. You're just doing it wrong, Don, and I'm sorry that you're upset. Listen, people, if you want to call a show where you're lied to, call these idiots that like to tickle your ears. Oh, yeah, you got a great case. Oh, yeah, we can help you. That it doesn't happen. You have to, if you want the truth, then call us. I think the truth is actually more important for you. Deputy Dollar, you have something here, a follow-up for us that you took, and it was a confused investor. Oh, yeah, I got it right here, Clifton. Okay, and so what happened? Let me recap the. I'll recap the case. He invested around $50,000 with a place called Planning Solutions in an IRA, and he said he's getting monthly statements, but he basically doesn't understand. And he can't get distributions. What's going on? What did you find, Deputy Dollar?
Yeah, good morning.
Hey.
What I found is everything's fine in the sense that his financial planning person is in the process of retiring, and I think Clifton's just one of a handful of clients where there's a few things that need to be done. But I called the brokerage firm that Clifton represents.
And the money is there.
And the money's there.
Good.
And it's just, like I said, the financial planner is 77, and he's just getting ready to retire. And so he reached out to Clifton and said everything will be resolved this week. Clifton just wanted to start getting his annuity payments and IRA payments, and so that's all in the work, and it's all settled. I think Clifton's happy. And
when will Clifton start getting distributions?
Probably within the next 30 days.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because he's already sent the financial planner some canceled checks so they could get all the bank.
Good. Are you working on anything else, Deputy Dollar?
No, but I can take a few more cases.
All right, we'll do it, sir. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you. He just had a broken foot or something like that. I guess it was okay. Did I violate HIPAA just then? I'm sorry. Anyway, Lisa, what's happening with you? Hello, Lisa. What's going on?
Hi. I'm having issues with the Firestone. I'm in Las Vegas,
I went in there to get my AC worked on.
Yes.
And I came out without bolts on my brakes.
Without bolts on your brakes?
Without bolts on my brakes, my driver's side.
Like your calipers?
There's supposed to be 2 bolts that hold your brakes onto a tire, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I think you're talking about your calipers, or it could be your discs, could be anything. But what happened?
Okay, so that's the short end of it. If you got a moment. Okay, so originally I went into the Firestone in Las Vegas on Rock Springs to get my AC worked on. They supposedly did the whole flush and recharge. While they were checking out my vehicle, because I had an inspection too, they told me my AC joint was cracked. About 4 months prior, I had my
But what does this have to do with the brakes and the wheels and all that?
Okay. I feel like Firestone tampered with my vehicle.
On purpose to hurt, hold on, to hurt you or to create more work?
Both, I feel.
Oh, come on, really?
Okay, I know this sounds crazy, but I went in there to get the AC fixed.
Yes.
I left after the AC was fixed, and it started making a noise. I turned around, drove back to the Firestone. The technician takes off my glove compartment, pulls out the cabin air filters, reaches down, and there's pieces of a tampon stuck in where the compressor is. He starts pulling it out, and the manager's standing right there. He says he thinks he got it all. I disagree.
Hold on. If I was a tech working on your car and a tampon came out of it, I'd turn to you and ask, how did a tampon get in?
Yes, it was unused. It was in my glove compartment, which was not overly full. I have documentation.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, are you saying the tampon was stored in the glove compartment?
Yes.
And it somehow got into the cabin filter.
Past the cabin filters, because they pulled the cabin filters out. He reached down. They had to change my whole AC kit out.
I think what happened is somebody was working on it, and it might have spilled out of the glove compartment into the duct.
And I can understand that. I mean, we all make mistakes.
Lisa, are you thinking they're sabotaging everything? Is that your bottom line?
I think yes. Because I had my catalytic converter changed through them, and it is at another auto place, and I've been informed it was the wrong catalytic converter. There's apparently 2 different types, the California one and the federal one, and Firestone put in the wrong one.
Which one did they put in? Both of them will work on your car.
Okay, I'm not sure. I think they put in the California one.
Which is more expensive?
Well, they didn't charge me as much. I'm getting it replaced right now, and they charged me a little under $1,500.
What did you do? Wait. You're getting it replaced again. How do you know this current shop is not lying to you? I don't know why you would have to get it done again.
Right? Okay. So back to the brakes.
Lisa, hold on. Lisa, really, I'm not sure who ripped you off, okay? You're telling me that Firestone ripped you off putting in the wrong catalytic converter. I don't even know what that means. Your car wouldn't run, okay? I don't know what that means, and I think the new shop is selling you another catalytic converter you don't need. That's my gut feeling.
They might have sold her a non-California emissions converter, which you cannot do in Nevada nor Colorado.
Well, okay, so she's in Vegas. She said they put in a California converter. That's what she said,
they have to.
Catalytic converter.
They have to. If they put in the cheaper one, then they put in the wrong one.
Lisa, did they give you the cheaper one or the California one? The original piece.
The cheaper one, but the guy can't find any markings on it. The guy at the auto place says that.
So the first Firestone shop the Firestone shop put in the federal catalytic converter. They did not put in the California one.
As far as I know, yes.
Okay, if you can get written proof of that, you should be able to get your money back from Firestone. Did you try?
That would be right on the converter itself.
All right, hold on. I mean, Firestone ripped her off then. Yeah, they need to swap it out and get her a
California. They can get in big trouble from the state for that. I mean, huge fines, like $10,000. So they'll be, if it's correct, they fix it quick.
Why does California have different standards than the rest of the country?
It's not just California, it's a lot of states now.
There is also a crash at 58th and I-25. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, a chance for thunderstorms this afternoon. More severe out to the eastern plains and a high of 81. Tonight, low 51. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy skies with a high of 70. Currently, it's 66. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Hey DQ fans, make sure to cast your vote for the official combo meal of MLB at DQ.com. With Tim Anderson's Burger and Blizzard meal and Bryce Harper's Burger and Blizzard meal, you just have to try both. Vote for your favorite at DQ.com. Happy.
Empower Reverse Mortgage is one of the reverse lenders we highly recommend. And why do we do that? Because we know that they will take care of you when it comes to your reverse loan. Empower Reverse is someone you want to know when it comes to your reverse loans. EmpowerReverseMortgage.com. Mark Massey and his team are there for you. EmpowerReverse.com. Make sure that you make a call. He has a helpline that will answer any questions you have. 720-500-7719. Give him a call for any questions on lines of credit, monthly payments, or a lump sum. 720-500-7719. Colorado Pain Care Sport and Spine is the name of the place, and it's where I've gone. It's a medical facility dedicated to fighting pain, and trust me, I've had a lot of pain. They can help you, whether it be trigger point injections or epidurals or nerve blocks or any kind of referrals for surgery, or non-surgical like world-class physical therapy and other modalities that you will love. ColoradoPainCare.com, office hours or clinic hours from 7 to 7. Find out a place where you can go conveniently, even same-day appointments. 303-GOT-PAIN, all major insurance accepted. 303-GOT-PAIN.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-583-9917. 800-583-9917. Don't wait. Call now. 800-583-9917. 800-583-9917.
It's here, and Permagreen's got it. Hi, I'm Roxy Medina, owner of Permagreen Organics. Sphagnum peat moss first became available to gardeners in the mid-1900s, and since then it's revolutionized the way we garden. It has the remarkable ability to effectively manage water and hold on to nutrients that would otherwise leach out of the soil. While performing these amazing tasks, it also improves the texture and consistency of the soil. Sphagnum is low in pH, so it helps buffer the high pH of our clay alkaline soils. In the past, sphagnum only came in big, bulky, and heavy square bags, but things just got better. Permagreen Sphagnum peat moss comes in a convenient 1.5 cubic foot bag. It's easy to lift, easy to carry, and easy to use. Like all Permagreen products, Permagreen Sphagnum peat is 100% organic. You don't need a miracle.
It's the first I've ever seen that one. No, but always use the mic. Bring the mic to you. That's why this is here. You try to start doing this. But you want to be about here.
Jay Brett's here, the owner of
And you're very monotone. You're not going to have to worry. I mean, when we start screaming, we're moving it like this.
The homeowner will get a claim on their record even if there's no money paid. Right. Alex, what should a homeowner do? Call Excel Roofing. 303-761-6400. We'll inspect the roof.
God almighty. I love skill. Here's this guy doing flat drywall, flat fucking finish. He goes like this. I've tried it, you know, when I'm patching. He goes like this. He goes like this. I go, how the fuck do you make that so easy? I says, most people, you know, they do orange peel or the other. You know why they do that? Because, well, yeah, because they don't have to do shit.
This part of the country.
But you have to see his patches, like Mark.
Have you seen them? Have you seen those guys do the ceiling?
Yeah, with the stilts. Fuck. No, I know.
It looks like a circus.
No, I know. But the finishing is the art. My God, when they see back east, they used to do all homes flat, all of them.
Right.
And here, when we moved out here, no one did flat, and now except commercial. And these guys do it, man. They do it. Holy shit! Once you see it done, it's like magic. And it's not like he works it a lot. When I did a patch one time, I kept redoing, you know, going over, and then there'd be a ridge or a hole. So this guy goes like this one time, and it's done.
$100 in his pocket, started Art of Granite, now serves the entire Front Range and Mountain community.
I watched the guy do my basement on those stilts, man. I had no idea how to do it.
I love skill of all kinds. No matter what I watch someone doing, like a machinist or a drywaller, I love watching skill, God almighty. And you wonder that there's just certain gifts people have. Like, I'll watch somebody in the basketball court at the gym. I'll just stop and watch, and they'll just sit at the three-point line without even
shit. Some guy made a
bam.
Some guy hit a half court the other day in the NBA. Buzzer beater. Well, buzzer shot. They were winning regardless. He was kind of showing up.
That's
but
fucking
he
insane. That's like, you don't know that. I mean, that's like.
It's like bathroom tile and grout. Just hire it out.
Hi, Tom Martino, you're a troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, don't forget, gutters are important to clean, or you're going to have a mess on your hand. But you should never clean your gutter, never ever. That's why I recommend Gutter Helmet. GutterHelmetDenver.com, and here's why. They guarantee to reinforce your gutters, keep them clean with their gutter protection system, multi-patented Gutter Helmet. GutterHelmetDenver.com. It's beautiful, and it'll keep your gutters clean and safe and reinforced. 303-298-8888. It also protects your home. 303-298-8888. All right, so let's talk about this Firestone thing, Mark. Go ahead with Lisa, because you've been in the business.
So, Lisa, I need to ask you something. Where's the vehicle now?
The vehicle is at the Asian import.
Why wouldn't you bring it back to the Firestone and say you put the wrong cat on and you need to put the right one on?
Because last time I left Firestone, I didn't have bolts on my brakes.
I understand they made a mistake there. I don't think anybody's setting you up. So let's forget about the cat. I think you're crazy for buying another one. You're not going to get them to refund it because you're not giving them the chance to make it right.
And they can Mark said they can get in big trouble with Nevada.
In Colorado, if one of our shops or any shop out there in Colorado sells a non-California emissions-rated catalytic converter, they can get a fine of $10,000 without blinking, and if they do it more than once, they can get shut down. So I assume Nevada's the same way. But if you want to pay for a second one, fine. So the other question is, what's going on with the brakes? Is that done?
I was about to get on the freeway. My car started making noise. I pulled over. I thought I had a flat tire. I saw a frontage road with an Asian auto place on it. Yeah. I rolled in there. The mechanic jumped out, got in my vehicle, drove it for a second, then put it up on the lift. And while it was up on the lift, he pointed out to me that there were no bolts on my brakes.
Okay, hold on. Okay, Lisa, hold on. No bolts on which wheel? All four?
No, just the driver's side.
Hold on. The driver's side. Got it. Now, the front driver's side, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, now, on the front driver's side, do you know if it was the disc that was unbolted or the caliper?
I think it was the disc, but I don't know.
Hold on, how much did that cost to fix?
The brakes.
No, not the brakes. That brake, not the brakes. That one brake on the front left. They wouldn't be responsible for anything else. That one brake on the front left.
It didn't cost anything because the people at the auto place put bolts on it for me. So
That tells me that they were honest, and this is a true assessment. However, how do you tie it to the Firestone?
I've only ever had my vehicle worked on at Firestone.
When was the last time they worked on the brakes?
The brakes would have been over a year ago.
Then you can't blame them for it. When they put when they were doing the other job for you, the AC work, they came nowhere near your.
Well, they probably pulled the tires to check the brakes. I mean, they're looking to sell stuff like any shop.
They did rotate my tires.
Yeah, there you go.
They did change the TV joint on the passenger side.
Oh. I mean, they were all in this car. They were in the front end. They probably left the caliper bolt loose. That's my guess.
But now she has no damages, right?
No, not if these guys fixed it. But I still don't understand why you wouldn't bring it back and get the cat fixed. There's no reason to pay for another one.
Even if you didn't get it fixed, to return the cat. Did you return the cat?
No, I haven't.
Do you have it?
No, it's at the auto.
It's where you need $400 even off the car.
You need to get this cat, go back to Firestone, and confront them about it. And then we'll help you, but you got to at least, you can go, she should bring it over there first and say, you did not do this correctly. I'm in touch with consumer advocates. Let's see what you're going to do for me. Call us back.
Lisa, listen, you need to know something. We're not pushing you off when we say go back to them. You have to go back to them. You have to take the old part. You have to go back to them and say, look, here's what you sold me. It's wrong. If I complain, don't let them take it from you. If I complain to the state, you're going to be fined. So you figure out what you're going to do for me. And then if they're going to give you a refund, you wait to get it before you give them that back. But call us back and let us know what they say, okay? All right, I'll see you. Yes, bye.
Our goal was to create healthy cereal for your family without sacrificing an ounce of flavor. Try it for yourself.
This is a good one. She needs to take action. I call this DUA.
And make today the day that you truly take control of your health with Greenberry.
Greenberry, healthy cereal for your family. KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10. Streaming.
Okay, now I figured out how to view this thing the right way. And what I need to do with you now.
Can you see if he can come in on 3?
In the wake of mass shootings, ABC News is examining gun violence in America all day today. In Uvalde, Texas, robbed elementary school teacher Arnolfo Reyes was inside the classroom when a gunman shot him up and on earlier. Reyes was injured. He says even with active shooters,
he found a gunman?
School security plan.
This guy stopped the
gun
gunman?
violence cannot be stopped unless laws change.
We train our kids. You know, at the time.
So inside of Lucy, do you have set your sound card so you can actually hear?
Says he feels let down by police who waited more than an hour to move in and stop the gun.
That's why I was saying, can I log into yours? I mean, I just got to look at it. I haven't looked at Lucy for a year.
The Uvalde gunman and attack. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are holding a hearing on domestic terrorism scheduled after the Buffalo Super Massacre. High-stakes primaries taking place across the
No, but can you hear the station or not?
Among the most important issues.
Yeah, but you created a new connection that uses one of those IPs, right?
His authority in the wake of a bruising no confidence vote within his own ruling.
Yeah, but you just said on their echo. We don't care about the echo. That's
he said a very weakened
okay.
His vision going forward.
You should hear it instantly. The second it connects, you should hear the station. So inside of there somewhere, I don't remember if it's per connection or a global setting. Can you set what sound card you use? You follow? I don't know because I'm not staring at it.
Tom Rivers, ABC News, London. As the western U.S. faces historic.
I'm trying to think if I have Lucy
Colorado could look more like Arizona by the end of the century. Federal scientists say the state will lose 50 to 60% of its snowpack by the year 2080. They say the large losses of snow will transform high elevation areas, causing more concern about water shortages. I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver packages fast and affordably, so you can give your customers what they want when they need it. We're delivering for one-stop shops, mom and pops, pop-ups, startups, retail, wholesale, large scale, small biz, big box, customers, customizers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivery. At the United States Postal Service, we deliver with advanced technology and equipment so we can reach over 160 million addresses across the country. We're delivering for thinkers, doers, movers, shakers, groundbreakers, future makers, innovators, trailblazers, disruptors, streamers, dreamers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivery.
K-How News Time, 11:03. Denver City Council has passed an affordable housing measure under the expanding housing affordability policy. New residential developments of 10 or more units must designate a minimum of 8 to 12% of the units, whether for rent or for sale, as affordable for a period of 99 years. In higher cost areas of Denver, such as Cherry Creek and downtown, the percentage of affordable units must be 10 to 15%. The ordinance also includes incentives to help offset the cost of building affordable units and to increase the supply of housing in Denver. The family of an Arvada teen who died after taking a pill laced with fentanyl wants to raise overdose awareness. 15-year-old Josiah Velasquez bought the pill on Facebook thinking it was Percocet.
There's been really a rise within the lace fentanyl, and unfortunately, my brother was one of the ones that had his life taken by this.
His older brother, Gabriel Krymeyer, tells Fox 31 Josiah took the pill and collapsed. He was on life support for nearly a week before dying. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer. Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts.
2 lanes are blocked on eastbound I-270 between Vasquez and Quebec. It's an overturned tanker truck blocking the center and right lanes. And that's been there all morning long. Only the left lane is getting by, and it's active traffic to I-25. Again, expect delay eastbound I-270 from I-25 heading in towards the Commerce City area. I-25 traffic looking pretty good. No problems on 225. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, a chance for thunderstorms this afternoon. More severe on the eastern plains and a high of 81. And then tomorrow, partly cloudy skies with a high of 70. Currently, it's 69. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 K-How.
At Napa, when it comes to serving you, their motor never quits. From curbside and next day delivery on over 160,000 auto parts to getting involved with the local communities. That's Napa know-how.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice the 16-year-old boy who got his first job? Well, parts was paid, but to help feed his little sisters? Or a mother who's in between jobs and sometimes goes to bed hungry so her kids can have dinner? I am the one in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. I am Hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Sinking concrete? Go with the company that has 30 years of Colorado experience. I'm Brian with Advanced Mud Jacking. We use cement, nothing toxic. Call me. I'll evaluate your problem and provide a fair, competitive bid at 303-424-9441. AdvancedMudJacking@yahoo.com.
What's your financial IQ? Want to get smarter? Get out of debt? Have a secure retirement income for life? Get smart with your money. Listen to Smart Money Moves, Saturday afternoons at 2, here on K-How. It could be the best decision you make all year.
For your back, neck, and joint pain, visit SpineOne.com for a same-day appointment now. That's SpineOne.com.
Tell your smart device to play 630 K-How on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 K-How from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station, available on over 2,000 devices.
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Shooter's gonna help you come and make.
It's the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tino here. Welcome to the show.
303-713-TALK, 303-713-255. This hour brought to you by GarageMagic.com. If you want beautiful garage floor coatings, you'll find them. Great pricing and great guarantees, of course, and a company that has all employees and no subcontractors. 720-600-HOME. GarageMagic.com. Let's go. And let's talk what we can do for you. Now, we were talking about having a catalytic converter changed. You know, a lot of them will charge you for the more expensive catalytic converter, but they will put it in there, and you'll never know. So that's really a heads up. You need to have it verified, unfortunately, to make sure you're getting the right catalytic converter, because in many states, they require the upgraded catalytic converter that is under California standards. And if you get one, a regular one, it's cheaper, but the mechanic may charge you the upgraded price but not put it in. So make a note of that. Let's talk about Leslie now, or let's talk with Leslie. Go ahead, Leslie. What's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I need some advice to give to my 92-year-old mother. She's got somewhere around $75,000 worth of savings bonds.
How much? 70,000 in savings bonds?
Yeah.
What was the principal amount? Do you know what the principal amount was?
No, she and my dad bought them over the years, and then he went and decided they had matured, and he decided to consolidate them, and so some of them haven't matured. He passed away a few years ago, and she's 92, and she doesn't know if it's for her to cash them in, and because she's going to leave them to me and my two brothers, but.
Why would she cash them in? What if she cashed them in right now? She'd be in one of the most volatile markets and times of our economy. So what would she do with the money?
Well, that was the question. She wants to give the money to my brothers and me, but is there some limit on, cash gifts? Should she leave us the bonds?
Okay, let's talk about that now. Yeah. Leslie, she can do whatever she wants with those bonds. She can leave them after death, or she can give them to you now. And there would be, is she going to be at her death worth more than $16 million?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Nowhere close.
All right. So then she doesn't really care about her lifetime exemption. So she can give all $70,000 to one person. There's no tax ramifications at all.
Oh, okay. So it can be the cash or the bonds.
Either one.
But then if we cash them in, we pay
No, you
tax
don't.
on it.
No, you don't pay tax. First of all, are they tax-deferred bonds?
Probably not. They're probably those.
They're regular EE bonds. They're probably regular EE savings bonds, right? Or even Series 1, which were indexed for inflation. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that this is what people don't understand. You never, ever pay tax on an inheritance and on a gift.
Okay.
Okay? That's it. Unless taxes were not paid, listen carefully, unless taxes were not paid on the gift. So, if someone gives you a tax-deferred account, right, and and you get the gross amount, you would have to pay whatever tax that account had deferred. It's not an inheritance tax. It's a regular tax anyone would have had to pay on that account, right?
Okay, right.
So, if they are selling savings bonds and all the taxes have been paid on those through the years, and she cashes them out for 70, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and they give each kid $250,000. You do not have to pay tax on it.
Oh, okay.
Now, you probably heard that the cash gifts have to be under $15,000 or 14, or I think that's BS, Leslie. Okay, it's just not true. Okay, it's misunderstood. I shouldn't say it's BS. Let me just explain it very quickly. Right now, I believe the federal exemption, I just don't hold me to it, but I think it's $16 million. I think it is.
Okay.
This is what that means. that people like Bill Gates and people like Warren Buffett and Elon Musk, once they give away more than $16 million, they have to pay every inheritance tax on every dime.
Never happens.
No, they don't know because they know how to do it.
They know how to structure.
But what I'm saying is, if anyone, we are all allowed right now to give up to $16 million away without tax, okay?
Okay.
Now, then what is this $14,000 limit you've heard about? What that is, and I think it's higher this year, but whatever it is, what is this limit we always hear about? Oh, Mom, you can't give me more than $14,000 in any 1 year. They say that because if you go above that amount, any amount above that gets applied to your lifetime limit. Now, for 99.9% of all living Americans, they're never going to reach that limit. So just give the money away. You don't have to limit yourself to $14,000.
Okay.
Just give it away. You're never going to reach your limit. So people go through all kinds of crazy conniptions trying to keep their cash gifts to dependents under a certain amount of money. And you don't have to. So the good news for you, Leslie, is this. If your mom is not going to be worth $16 million, and she's not going to be giving away more than $16 million, she can give away anything she wants, anytime she wants, and no taxes are due unless the gift had deferred taxes on it. Okay?
So unless it's the cash or the bonds or whatever it is, she can, do it now.
Freely give them away.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That's
She'll be
it.
happy to do
Freely
that.
give them away. That's right. And
even if she leaves them in her will, say,
she can do that too. The one benefit to waiting till death for some assets is you get a stepped up basis at day of death. So, for example, a house, rather than giving it to you now and inheriting her basis, you want a stepped up basis, meaning when she dies, it's worth what it's worth on the day of her death. So when you sell it, you'll have less gain.
Okay.
So, Blake Harris is really a good guy to ask questions like this of. He's our estate planning expert. And really, he does answer simple questions free of charge at 833-ASK-BLAKE.
In 2010, what the death tax was or the estate tax?
What?
0.
You mean the exemption?
Yeah. You could give away
$1.
No, $12 trillion and not pay.
Oh, I see. You mean there was an unlimited amount?
Unlimited.
Now, it goes back to,
now it's like 11 or 16.
No, I think it's 16 million.
Sounds right.
I think around 16. But do you know when that expires, you pay tax on every dime you give away? When that expires? And that's due to expire. Unless it's reenacted. But
that's what happened in 2009. They didn't reenact it. So 2010, if someone died, there was no death tax. And then
just the opposite. I think it's just the opposite, Mark. There was no exemption.
There was no exemption.
Meaning,
no, wait.
Yeah, I think that's what you meant.
It was the repeal of the federal estate tax.
Oh, the estate tax.
Yep, okay. In 2010.
Anyway, the bottom line is this: use an estate planning attorney. How about that? Is that good recommendation? Because it's so hard to keep track of. Renew Home innovations for beautiful bathrooms. Nick and his team will put in American standard bathrooms. They start with a shower and tub area. Sometimes that's all you need to make it look beautiful. Custom-made showers that are gorgeous. And they do them with outdoors if you want them, with no thresholds, for easy access for people who are getting older, for wheelchairs, for walkers, or just plain great access. Perimeter drains so you don't have sloping floors, and beautiful glass or stone-like walls that are exactly like stone without maintenance. That's renewhomeinnovations.com. Half off your labor right now. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000.
Ready for some good news? How about free windows? How about save up to $1,600 on entrance doors? Hi, I'm Cindy with Done Right Windows and Doors, and replacing those old, drafty, noisy windows and doors is the thing to do this time of year. Hey, AC costs and heating costs are through the roof. And let's face it, you and I both know that's
So Mark, it's really important on the home inventory. If it says 15, keep it at 15, and the 10s are just quick mentions.
Right now. Buy 3 windows and get the 4th one free.
So we don't clutter up, and if they do an audit, I'll have that down pat.
All installed by our own employees.
I don't want to ever be accused of stealing time.
Details on your complete turnkey project.
Okay, I love my Airtable now that I have it all.
Thank you, darling daughter. This is Dan Cicchini, and for over 3 decades, we've been making...
Dan had his son doing it, now he has his daughter doing it.
Get done right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or DR...
That's where I got the idea.
Okay, I really love this place, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Why? Because this is a son and dad and son-in-law team, and they are dedicated to making your retirement go smoothly. You need to talk to them to learn how retirement planners act as quarterbacks for your entire retirement plan. They look at all of your major stuff like income, investments, taxes, healthcare, and legacy, and help coordinate it. They'll meet with you as many times as it takes, free, to show you what they do and what it costs and what they can save you. Take advantage of these experts. Don't try to do it on your own. You know, there's no one professional in income and taxes and healthcare and legacy and investments that can do it all. These people can. rpcenter.com. They're helping me. They can help you. rpcenter.com. 970-663-3211. 970-663-3211. Okay. What about selling your home tomorrow? Oh, I know you say they're flying off the market, but even if you got a contract, it would take you months to close or weeks to close. Not with HomeVestors. Now, before you say, hold on, Tom, they're never going to pay me what I can get retail. Well, that might be true, but why don't you try? Some people don't want to fix up their house. They just want to sell right now. So get a bid. You can't lose. What's it? It's a phone call. 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER.
We're in the most active season of the year, but if you have joint pain, maybe not. Hip pain, knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain. You know what?
I got to catch up. I'll tell you, man, I haven't played racquetball. Those back-to-back nose surgeries really fucked my whole shit up. I'm just getting back, man.
Did you have to have two because the first one fucked up?
Yeah, it was horrible. That's terrible. Those tubes up your nose are fucking so horrible.
Did you get general anesthesia?
I was out both times, man. I don't remember jack shit. I'll be out Thursday, too, with that camera up my ass.
Was there any pain? No, that's a conscious sedation. You're out, but it's not the same.
What do you mean? What's the difference?
It's conscious sedation. You're not out. You're not intubated.
So they can talk to me, Pimple?
Yeah, they tell you to move over, turn around.
And I'll do it, but I'll have no...
You'll not have any recollection because of the first aid they give you.
Holy shit.
2 things.
That sounds like a Bill Cosby drug.
Line 3's been holding the longest. He could take her. And then
that's where those checks.
Yeah, I had her.
Thank you.
You took the other lady, so I was like, oh. And then I'm getting Brent Edmondson soon.
So Mark, that's terrible. They fucked up. Did the same doctor do both of them?
Oh, fuck no. Her boss, the head of surgery, did the second one.
Were they upset with the one that fucked up?
Oh, I'm sure yes.
What did she do to fuck up?
She did the procedure of shrinking down my turbines when I had a bone spur sticking into one. So when she shrank it down, when it started healing, the bone spur was sticking into it. So it literally got infected. She should have never have done it. And she should have gotten rid of the bone spur while she was in there, then did the turbine all in one deal. She didn't know there was going to be a bone spur because she never looked at the fucking MRI. It's so much better. It's crazy. The only part that's really weird, man, is I also had sinusitis. So they go in and they dig out the infection in my sinus cavity. And they have to drill it, wherever it is. They got to drill a hole to get there. So that hole's there forever. So now when I rinse my nose, which I do every day, it's really bizarre because it's never been this way in a million years. Those cavities fill up with water, which is good because I know they're getting flushed out. But for up to an hour and a half, depending on where I put my head. Yeah, but I mean a lot of water. I mean, it's crazy how much is held in these two cavities. I mean, I would guess like a quarter cup of fucking water. It's a trip, man. But as far as my breathing,
did your ENTs tell you that rinse is good for you?
Oh yeah, they said I gotta do it. One way or another, I have to do it because of my sinusitis. It'll come back if I don't rinse.
Talk Station.
It's been perfect.
I was told that the worst things in the world. Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Waterpros.net. Get your water system that you're going to love. Waterpros.net. Under $2,000 for the whole house to have soft water for better plumbing, better skin, better laundry, better health. Waterpros.net. Under $2,000 for Martino listeners. Mention Martino. Or drinking water under $1,000 fully installed. Okay, let's go. Let's talk. Gwen, what's going on with this contractor? What's happening, Gwen? I hope we can help you.
Well, I hired him to put an addition on my son's house.
Wait, on your son's house? Okay. What kind of an addition?
Okay, I need to fill you in a little bit. Due to health reasons, I've got stage 4 cancer with no cure. I had to sell my house because I felt I couldn't be alone. My husband had passed away. I'm a widow, and I'm 73.
How are you doing, Gwen?
I'm actually doing quite well.
Well, maybe let's beat it. Maybe. Well, you never give in. Anyway, so what's going on now?
I take chemo. So anyhow, I decided that with having to go through chemo, I probably shouldn't be alone. So I decided to sell my house. I moved to Castle Rock with my oldest boy, and that wasn't really working out, and my youngest, he decided to buy my house. So yay. So that being said, we decided we would put an addition on now his house, which was my house.
Got it. I get it now. So the contractor was hired to put addition on the house you're living in with your son. Got it.
Right, and I funded it.
Got it.
And I also, while I was still in Castle Rock with my oldest boy, we thought, this guy seemed legit.
How'd you find this guy?
I don't know. I went on Home Advisors, and I was calling different contractors.
Yeah, they don't do much to screen. I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but And
so technically through there.
Who is it? Who did you hire? Who did you hire?
This guy's name, it was Perkins Construction Incorporated.
Perkins, okay.
Yep. There's another big company, though, that it is not them. I think they do roofs. They're reputable, and they're a big company. They're okay. But this guy here, where he got his name or whatever, I don't know.
Here's what I want to ask you straight up. How much did you pay so far this guy total?
Well, total with the place here and my son.
No. I'm not talking about buying the place. I'm talking about how much have you paid to Perkins?
Between here and my son's, I
don't get what you mean here and my son. I don't understand that part of it.
I gave him for the house here for this addition. My son I'm living with now.
Yeah.
I gave him $38,308.50.
Okay. So where else did you pay him for?
I paid him for my son, my oldest boy in Castle Rock, for his house to do his basement.
My God, how much did you pay for that?
$42,945.
No, my God, you hired him to do 2 jobs? Oh, my goodness. So let's just take the first one, the $38,300. Did he finish that job?
No, that's where I'm at now. That's my son's where I'm living now.
How much of the job is done?
He come in and tore off the patio, which took just a matter of, maybe 4 hours, whatever.
I just need to know if you could give me an estimate. Like, is half of the job done or less?
Oh, no. A patio rip-off, maybe $1,000 to rip it off.
No, a little more than that. But what I'd like to know is, did he stop working?
Technically, yeah, because then he told me his contractors, or I mean, not his contractors, his people that did work for him or whatever, that they went back to Mexico, and so he didn't have them. And
so let him refund your money. According to the law, according to the Contractors Trust Act, he shouldn't spend any of that money.
Tom, he told me because I was straight up about my cancer and everything, and I needed this place to live here at my son's addition. So then he started making excuses, and he told me all of a sudden his wife had cancer and yada, yada, yada. And I guess his son tried to commit suicide, and he is a self-pay, in other words, insurance. So he needed that money.
But, he wasn't supposed to pay that money. He was supposed to keep that money in trust for your job, or he broke the law.
Well, he didn't, and I have nothing, and I've asked him.
What about the other? All right, so he basically can never finish this job, and he has nothing to go after, and you basically lost $75,000.
Actually, almost $83,000 with my sons in Castle Rock and the one here, my son up here.
You hired him in oh my God! You got to go to authority. We need to go after this guy. You got to go to the district attorney. You got to go to the district attorney. Now, where are both houses in the same county, or do you have different counties?
No, one's in Douglas County, one's in Adams County. And I don't know what to do. I've got a contractor now that I really love, and they're building this addition.
You know, the sad part is, even if they tossed him in jail, which these guys never do, these DAs simply don't do it. But it wouldn't even matter to her. The guy's he doesn't have a pot to piss in.
Exactly. And
what is this guy's full name? What is this guy's name you're talking with?
His name he goes by Michael Turk, Turk, sometimes Mike.
Michael Turk. About how old of a dude is he?
About 52.
Okay. And
53.
Okay.
He's supposedly a military man, and that's why we're here.
So I just want to make sure Michael Turk does not rip off anyone else. That's my first thing. And then trying to get your money back, it's going to be hard.
I know, and I don't know what to do. I can't afford a lawyer at this point.
No, you can't. You need to go to both district attorneys. Really, you do. You need to go. I want to put Deputy Smarty Pants on this, Suze. I want him, and I want him to pursue both district attorneys, because this guy is a clear examples of the Contractors Trust Act being broken. Do you have a phone number for this clown?
I do.
What is it?
It is 303.
Yeah.
Let's see if he'll come on first. Maybe he'll come on and talk to us. I just don't want 1 million people calling him, and we.
All right, hold on, Suze. Let's try to get him on the air, and then let's get Deputy Smarty Pants on it. This sucks.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free iHeart radio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.
2 lanes are blocked on eastbound I-270 between Vasquez and Quebec. It's an overturned tanker truck blocking the center and right lanes. And that's been there all morning long.
Are we doing these two again?
Is getting by and obstructed traffic to I-25. Again, expect delay eastbound I-270 from I-25 heading in towards the Commerce City area. I-25 traffic looking pretty good. No problems on 225. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, chance for.
Hey, Kaylin, Mark. Is Mark there?
On the eastern plains and a high of 81. And
yeah, Mark Major.
Cloudy skies with a high of 70. Currently, it's 69. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Hey, man, Brad Priest.
But open roads got you underwater?
No,
Check out
that is.
Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Colorado Pain Care, Sport, and Spine. I want you to look them up online, because you'll see how many locations they have for physical therapy or for doctor's visits, for all kinds of therapy for your pain.
I'm the patient. I'm telling you that straight up. And they work, and they care for you, and they make themselves available, even same-day appointments. They're open 7 to 7. Call them 303-GOT-PAIN. All major insurance accepted. 303-GOT-PAIN. ColoradoPainCare.com. Mortgages are one thing. Reverse mortgages are highly specialized. We have a few lenders we recommend. Empower Reverse Mortgage is one of them. I want them to counsel you the right way. And I know Mark Massey and his team will do that for you. If you're looking for a reverse loan to keep your home, maybe, or to fix up your home, or maybe in-home health care, so many people have used the equity in their home for much needed stuff. EmpowerReverse.com to get your information. He'll help you all the way. Call his special helpline and ask any question you want, or apply for a loan. 720-500-7719. 720-500-7719.
Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. A care team of medical professionals actually come to your house. They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or an urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches, urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound. It's almost everything that they can do.
Let's slug
ER.
this.
You never feel rushed. They're there for you. And
The Turk scam.
And it costs no
For
more
Smarty
to
Marty.
urgent care because Dispatch Health is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. See if we serve your home at dispatchhealth.com.
Dispatch Health really went above and beyond. It's wonderful to have care come to your home.
House calls are back, and they're better than ever. Learn more at dispatchhealth.com.
Did you know that in today's competitive home buying market, a cash offer is 4 times more likely to be accepted than a traditionally financed offer? Would you like to become a cash offer? Call Ideal Home Loans today at 303-867-7000. Ideal Home Loans is helping our home buyers win the home buying game month in and month out. Call today, 303-867-7000 or idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender, regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756 for terms and conditions.
Inflation is close to double digits, and failed progressive policies have left Colorado's middle class reeling. I'm Tim Reichert. I'm running for Congress in Colorado 7 to restore the middle class and put the American dream within reach. I'm an economist with solutions to rebuild our economy, secure the border, and stop the flow of fentanyl into our communities. I'm Tim Reichert, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. I ask for your vote in the Republican primary on June 28th.
Paid by Tim Reichert for Congress.
You don't get to be the league's all-time leading rusher without feeling some pain.
Pro football legend Emmitt Smith knows joint pain, and he also knows the old treatments aren't the only treatments. Today, there's a natural alternative to drugs and surgery. It's biologic therapies from QC Kinetics.
I'm talking regenerative solutions that encourage your body to heal and repair itself.
Do you have pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, lower back? Want to get your life back? The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics can help.
Call to learn more about this exciting natural
You got any summer plans that are fun?
Put it all. Call
I'm
QC
going to LA this
Kinetics.
weekend.
Restorative regenerative
Oh, that'll be
solutions
cool.
with no downtime.
Oh, wow.
Lasting results.
Masters or?
Master, yeah.
Cool.
Your son's my son.
There's a new
Oh, wow, man.
solution that
Gotta be proud.
He's flying to New York to
QC
work for
Kinetics.
Facebook.
Make the call to QC
In New York City.
Kinetics. Tell them.
Ours is off to law school in
QC Kinetics.
That's right. I heard about that.
2 months.
Is it Wyoming?
Wyoming.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we just got her the apartment, all that stuff. It's getting real quick. She is the average student, I think, is 26 in her actual school. She's 20 and just turned 20. The oldest student in the law school
Did you see
is 68. So she's a little nervous she's going to be. Actually, I think the average is actually a little over that. I think the next youngest was 25. Addie's class. She's the youngest by so far. It's not even. She's a little nervous. I mean, everybody. She'll be the only one in the school that can't drink legally. How's that?
Older students are a resource. They add a lot. They bring in the life experiences.
Oh yeah.
To the classroom.
And both of her roommates are going for their masters, so that, they're not partiers.
Text Beta to 39747.
We'll see.
Newsmax is real news for real people.
I feel very comfortable with her up in that small community, though, compared to a bigger place.
An iHeart radio station.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Don't forget realcbdthatworks.com for your pain, inflammation, anxiety, or anything that ails you. Well, not anything. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just take CBD for everything? No, I'm talking about pain, inflammation, anxiety. It's wonderful stuff. It really is. And we're lucky to have Panacea Life right here in Golden, Colorado. 30% off when you put Tom in the promo code, realcbdthatworks.com, including, of course, what I love, and that is the cosmetic line with anti-inflammatory properties. So, all right, let's keep going. 303-713-TALK. Listen, here's what I want to talk about. I want to recap this with Gwen because it's very serious. It's very serious. Gwen, she said, paid about $83,000 in total to this contractor, Michael Turk, with Perkins. Now, here's the thing. There's a Contractors Trust Act in Colorado, and it says when you take money on a specific job, even from the same customer, that money must be held in trust and used for that specific job. For example, she said she paid $38,000, around $38,000 for the basement. For the addition to her son's house in Adams County. And she got about 10% of the work done. Is that right, Gwen?
I wouldn't even say 10%. I mean, rip the patio off.
Let's say 5%. Let's say 5%. Yeah. Well, under the Contractors Trust Act, if he spent any of that money on anything else, he can go to jail. Now, here's the next thing. You said, and by the way, we will push it. You also said you hired him to do a finished basement for your other son, and you paid him, what, $45 on that one?
$42,945, yeah.
Or 42? 43. Okay.
Yeah.
And how much of that job was done?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna guess when I talked to my son before, because my son was.
Just tell me, Gwen. Just tell me how much was done.
Probably, I'm going to say maybe about half of it.
Okay, got about half done. Okay, so again, he shouldn't commingle funds, and he either owes you money, or we're going to the district attorney in each county. Now, Sue's talked to him.
Okay.
What did he say, Suze?
So I'm a little confused. I'm not sure which property is which, but he told me that Gwen decided not to have work done on one property, so all the funds went towards the other property, and that property is almost done. Like they just got the CO. There's a few other things they've got to do, but just got the CO.
So he's claiming that all $80,000 went to one project.
That's how I understood it, that they allocated those funds to all one project.
Did you decide
not.
Did you decide to slow down on one, Gwen? Did you tell him, hey, Michael, work more on the other and get that done?
No, sir. In fact, I've got it on text where I told him, because he told my son about combining what I gave him for this house and what I had given for my other son's house, putting it together.
I understand.
My son in Castle, and I said, no, I will not do that.
However, let's just be real here. If, I'm saying if, he did 70 or 80 grand worth of work in one location, at least your money went somewhere. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it was right, but I'm saying at least you didn't get ripped off because you were going to have to pay it anyway. You were going to pay the whole thing anyway. I want to know this. And again, I'm not saying it's right. I just need another question. What was the total job going to cost in Castle Rock?
In Castle Rock, it was going to be right around 75.
So you would have owed him. You would have owed him another 30. Okay. So the numbers make a little sense. I'm not saying he's correct. I'm just saying, according to his numbers, then that project it wouldn't have cost you any more if you did it that way. If he put all the money toward the job in Castle Rock and finished it, if he did, then you really wouldn't be money behind.
He didn't finish the job in Castle Rock. My son has
You
been
say it's
putting
only
out,
half done. He says he's ready for his certificate of
Said he
occupancy.
just got the CO, and
All right, if he got the CO, he should give us the number. We'll verify with the county.
And Tom, he was hesitant to come on the air and talk to us, but he said he would talk to his partner about it and maybe come
Okay,
on.
listen. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Hold on. I just want to say something publicly. If it turns out he's lying, we're going to destroy him. Okay? He won't be in business anymore. So let him give us the CO number. We'll gladly sing his praises if he gives us a number.
Just give me the address of the property.
Yeah, if you give us the address of the property, Gwen, and we'll make sure there's a CO on a finished basement. In fact,
I'll call right on break and find out.
We'll call, and we'll see if there's even a building permit pulled. So hold on. And again, Mr. Michael Turk, sorry to say this to you, bro, but we check out everything you say. We don't just take you at face value. And I hope to God you're telling the truth. I really do. Especially if you're a veteran and your wife is sick. I wish you no ill will. But you can't steal money. And I'm not saying you did, but you can't. 303-713-TALK.
Did he ever tell her that he moved the funds like that?
Gwen, did he say anything at all about combining funds?
He said that to my son, and
that was kind of a hell of a thing to leave out.
Which son did he say that to? Gwen, which son did he say that? Can I talk to your son in Castle Rock?
You absolutely can.
Good. Give Sue the number. Give Sue the number. I'd love to talk to him. 303-713-TALK. Maria, I'm sorry, that's not Maria. Don't hang up if, Gwen, hold on. Maria, what's going on? You have a question about selling your house. What's happening?
Yes. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
It's going to be 2 years this September since my husband died. And I have some question. I want to sell my house, do you think so I still can get the $500,000?
When did your husband die?
September 4.
Of 2021?
Yes.
Okay. You had to have lived there in the last 2 of the 5 years for it to be your primary residence, and to get the combined exemption of $500,000, I believe. Now, do you know about this because it's real estate, Brad O'Brien, or should we check with the tax guy? Do you know anything about the exemptions on selling?
Well, no, I'm not a tax lawyer, but I'm generally aware of this, and this might fall under an exception to the 2 out of 5 year rule for a widower situation. So it's really a CPA type of a question.
Okay, we're going to ask one of our tax attorneys, because really, if you two live there for most of that time, you could have a big exemption. It might be parsed out. I don't know. You know what, though? It's a great question that we never had before. So hold on, and we'll get one of our accountants on to answer that for you. That's good. We will do that for you. 303-713-TALK. Garage Magic for your beautiful garage floors, polyaspartic coatings, or you can do your pathways, your walkways. You can do your patios. It's garagemagic.com, 720-600-HOME.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Baconator.
Pretty good drive overall. One exception is along return tanker truck eastbound I-270 between Vasquez
They're hard to all get in, I'll tell you that. If you're not mindful going in and out of brakes,
only the left lane is open.
I've never been sold out before.
I-70 could be your alternate to use.
I technically still have one spot to sell on
Fox
that.
31 pinpoint weather, chance for thunderstorms this
I should give
afternoon.
somebody a
More
screaming
severe
deal.
on the eastern plains. I have 81. Tonight's low 51, and then for tomorrow, partly cloudy skies with a high of 70. Currently, it is 70. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 K-How.
Don't let breakfast be boring, but it could be better. Wendy's Breakfast Baconator will have you feeling sunny side up all day long. Wake up to fresh crocked eggs, savory sausage, and oven-baked bacon, of course. Order it and start looking forward to tomorrow morning at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours only.
What can I say about excelroofing.com? You may have heard his commercials with his sons, Duke and Henry, doing a commercial. I've known them since they were just right? Born, let's put it that way. Right around when my kids were born. I've known Jay Bretts that long, and here's what I can tell you. 100% gold in this company. You will love the way Excel does business. They won't take a cent until you're content, and they mean that. And they'll put all of their bids, all of their contracts in writing, showing you exactly what they're going to do for the money. They don't make any secret deals with insurance. Their contracts never say whatever insurance wants, because that's not what you want. ExcelRoofing.com, 303-761-6400. And they never hold you to a contract if you change your mind. They're good people you could be comfortable with. Excel Roofing as in excellent. ExcelRoofing.com. It's 303-761-6400.
So many people have told me about Orchard, and no wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more, you keep the difference. No longer do you have to choose between an easy...
I just want to make sure the guy pulled the permit and he's saying the CO was issued today.
Rudy's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started.
I didn't realize that.
What? It's online?
Enter your address at
No, it's a different building.
That lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling, or just curious what Orchard would pay
Her
for
husband died September, Mark?
No obligation offer at Orchard.com.
This September or last?
Did you say this guy?
Yeah, it was last year. I don't remember the month. But
the one with the tax exemption.
Hey, Darcy, can you tell me if a CO was issued today on a property?
We also need an accountant on selling a house with an exemption as a widower.
1414.
I don't know.
Castle Creek Circle, 80104.
We need either
Eric
or
100%
natural cedar products. Covergrain shredded red cedar comes directly from the debarking machines at lumber mills in Idaho, Washington, and Montana. That's where the best cedar is found. Covergrain gorilla hair is the same cedar, but it goes through another process where it is hammer milled and takes on a finer, mossy look. The color of these two products, of course, is natural. The wonderful aroma is natural as well. These products spread easily, lay down nicely, and hold up.
Was it called for yet?
They add a beautiful reddish brown tint to the landscape. This year, go with the real deal. Buy Covergrain gorilla hair and Covergrain shredded red cedar. You don't need a miracle, you need Covergrain.
And then, did you guys go out April 8th?
Twice.
Okay, and what was that for? Was it for,
it paid twice.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
A solid cash offer on your home. If you agree, boom, here's your cash. Orchard handles everything.
Oh, so someone did call for the final, but no one answered the
list and show your home.
Okay,
if your home sells for more than Orchard paid you for it, you get the upside cash.
Wow, that's a lot of detail.
When your old home sells for more than Orchard paid for it, you get paid again. And that happens 99% of the time with Orchard. Look, in this hot Denver market where there's so many...
Okay, so you just, in other words, they signed off on the final, you just need the card.
Okay, good, that's good.
Want to get paid twice?
All right, cool. I appreciate it, thank you.
Learn how and get a free home.
Well, I don't know how it could be half done if she got a fucking final. If he got a final.
I don't know if it's a final. They went out and inspected it May 13th. They signed off on everything, but they don't have the card.
Yeah, that's as good as a CO.
Yeah, the only reason I ever ran into that is if you did something yourself and had an electrician or someone under it.
No. One of the reasons the card is always delayed from the final. Always. They don't issue it that day.
No, I know that. But that's the only thing missing is that card.
Then that guy's telling the truth. Damn it, and that pisses me
Well,
off.
he didn't get a CO today, but you're right.
No,
I mean, for the most part, he's telling the truth. Maybe he's planning on going down with the card today.
And by the way, just so you know, you don't need a CO.
No, not for a basement. Actually, you don't need a CO.
You don't need a CO. I built a brand new custom home, and Douglas County was charging this new impact fee years ago on every CO. and it would have cost me like $6,000. So I didn't get a CO. I got my final, but not a CO. I didn't need it. I didn't get it. I didn't pay the tax. That tax was later struck down. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. This is very interesting, very, very interesting, because we called on this, and I want to recap it. Gwen hired Perkins Construction, Michael Turk, to basically put in an addition in her son's house in Adams County, and then also a basement for her son in Castle Rock. She paid $38,000, she said, for the addition in Adams County, and she paid 40-something thousand for the finished basement. Well, here's the deal. She said only 5% of the job was done in Adams County, and only half the job was done in Castle Rock for the basement. So we called the contractor. Sue's talked to him, and he said, well, I consolidated that $38,000 and the 43 because that's what the finished basement was going to cost, and I just finished that job. So I concentrated on one job. Gwen said, no, that's not true at all, because she said the basement was only half finished. He says, no, it's completed. So, Gwen, you're wrong. We verified with the county. They did a final inspection, and it's pending a certificate of occupancy, and that he indeed did finish. So I don't know where you're getting your information on 50% done.
Well, my son told me that my son has been putting out the money, and my son and his wife have been finishing that basement. It may be completely finished by now.
Okay. Well, it's finished. So you're saying it's finished, but your son did it.
Because Michael wouldn't come back.
Okay, hold on. Let's just get right to her son, Brian. Hey, Brian, so Michael Turk said he finished your job. Did he or did he not?
I finished it.
Oh, my God. That's why you got the final inspection. Is that true?
That's correct.
How much of it did you finish?
Pretty much from drywall stage to finish.
How much did he do for the $43,000? That's important to know.
He got up to drywall stage.
About how much of the job? Could you give me a percentage to the best of your ability? He was paid $43,000 on that job. True, he took another $38,000. I think this guy now is lying to us, and he's going to be in trouble because we're turning him into the district attorney. This guy took $43,000 on this job with you, and how much did he do for $43,000? Because that represents about 60% of the job. Did he do 60% of it? If he did, that would be fine.
He probably close to it to what he did.
Okay, yes. So you're pretty much, let me get this, I want to make this clear. He pretty much did $43,000 worth of work down there.
Yes.
Okay, then we don't have a quarrel with that particular job. But you did finish it. What excuse did he give you for not coming back?
Well, he was supposed to take the money from my mom's addition that he didn't do and roll it into mine. And then he was supposed to use that money to finish mine. So essentially the money was going to pay my basement to do it from my mom's addition that he didn't do. And that's where he did not do that. Okay, but if we uncomplicate this for him, because he's complicating it by saying he consolidated him, because if he did, and no matter what he did with you is at least you got that much money's worth. So your mom's not ripped off in that project. So what we're looking at now, what did she get for her $38,000 in Adams County? That's where we are now. And that's where Gwen's been ripped off. Okay, so now he can't flim-flam us anymore. He can't fast talk us. Bottom line is, he, thank goodness, did about $43,000 worth of work in Castle Rock. Fine. And the other guy finished it. Fine. But he has $38,000 out right now on a job where he only knocked down a patio. Is that right, Gwen?
Yes, and I even have it in text message where I'm reading it now, where I told him I was not going to apply the two jobs together.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's going to owe that money if you combined them or not. You don't trip over facts and figures that don't mean anything, Gwen. The whole bottom line is this: you paid him $75,000 and you got $43,000 worth of work. That's the bottom, or $80,000, whatever. He owes you $38,000. That's the bottom line. Forget about combining or not combining the job. He didn't do it anyway. It doesn't matter. He didn't do it. He owes you that much money. What does he say he's going to do about paying you back?
He won't give me an answer. He told me that out of that 38,000+ that I gave him, that he sent me a text that 35,000 was for demo of the patio, which I don't agree with.
So hold on. He's saying that he's kind of saying he did $38,000 worth of work there. Is that what he's saying?
He's telling me that he did a total of $12,055. That's with the design and everything, which I never even got a copy of the design.
No, Gwen, you're jumping around. Jen, you just said something about demolishing the patio. Now you're jumping to design. I am asking you one question only. Is he claiming that you got $38,000 worth of work?
Looks to me like he's claiming I got $12,000.
What about the demolishing? He said was $33,000. What about that?
That's what he said it cost him to take down like $35,000.
Well, then he's saying he did that much worth of work. I don't know why she can't answer questions. I'm not agreeing with him. I'm not asking you to agree. Just answer the question.
Your car is worth more right now than any time.
She just fucking won't answer the question.
I don't think she knows, really. Ask Brian, ask her son.
They're going to give you the best offer hands down. The Sharpest Price is so easy to get to, just located minutes from I-25 in Santa Fe. And with the best appraisals in town from their trained buyers, you know you'll always be taken care of and get the best deals at the Sharpest Price. I'm telling you, if you're looking to trade in, go to the Sharpest Price, best customer service in town. Get more info at thesharpestprice.com.
Is your concrete sinking?
But no, he's claiming $30,000 for demolish and $12,000 in design. That's what he's claiming.
For over 30 years, we use cement, nothing toxic. Advanced Mudjacking, 303-424-9441. AdvancedMudjacking@yahoo.com.
Hi, it's Mandy Call. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KHAL every Saturday morning at 7. It's a lot of college.
Are you done with the son, or do you have more questions for him?
Yeah, because he's not going to answer anything about this other one. I'd like to have Michael Turk ask him, did he do $38,000 worth of work up there? Because for sure he didn't do it down there. He did. He did. You can't add the 40 and the 30. He didn't do $70,000 worth of work in Castle Rock. He did. He did. Give him, acknowledge that you did the $45,000 worth of work down there. Fine, you're even on that job. But what about the one where you got $38,000? What about that?
Okay.
How much did you do there?
Okay. I will see if he'll answer me.
This is Jim Ryan in Uvalde, Texas. 2 weeks after the massacre here, this town's emotional wounds are still raw. For survivors like teacher Arnulfo Reyes, the memory of the first gunshot is never far away.
The kids started asking out loud, Mr. Reyes, what is going on?
Active shooter training kicked in.
Get under the table and act like
Wyatt ever
suffered several wounds, including a bullet through the lung.
That's exactly what I said. I mean, I had it.
Do you have video?
It's not video, it's a picture. It's what they do for everyone.
And it shows no ticket.
Yeah, it's right here. I'm staring at it.
Okay, can you send it to me?
I
love it. I love it.
It's always in. I'm shocked you're surprised.
Mark,
out of 500 of them, 500 of them have the video.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Top of President Biden's agenda today, caring for the nation's veterans. President Biden signs into law today 9
So
years
Facebook,
to care for America's veterans.
That's got to be exciting as hell.
Yeah, he won the lottery.
How did that work? Did they come recruit, or did he go to a recruiting deal?
No, he had to reach out to Facebook.
Okay, go ahead.
It's top 5 science program, UCLA.
World War II era nuclear program.
He didn't get any attention from anybody with a bachelor's degree at UCLA. I mean, computer science bachelor's. He had to get the master's.
Then he started getting it.
Oh, then it was like, he got a job offer from Amazon,
prices that are above
huge computer company.
Good news,
Dell?
if you've ever regretted sending a text message, Apple says
whoever, yeah.
Yeah, like Microsoft.
And then Facebook.
And another company. Like, just big brand names.
You know, you would think they would like in the banking industry, for example, or even in insurance, they bring these kids in with their masters and they bring them in cheap, whatever cheap is. And then they generally will pay for that masters. And they, you know, not only are they training, but they're paying for the school. And I think ultimately that's a good benefit going back to the business. But I wonder why the big tech companies wait for that masters. They must want people to be able to just jump in and go.
Yeah, I've heard if you want to work for Apple, you have masters.
Yeah, okay.
They just threw money at them because it's such a hot market.
Thanks everyone for making
so my daughter is incoming junior in college, and she's also computer science. She started an internship in Silicon Valley next spring.
Cool. But they could be sorry, I don't mean to waffle.
Is that it too?
I got 4.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I got a incoming freshman at Gonzaga.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast.
Oh wow.
Delicious breakfast available.
Suzanne's sister's boy is off right now at ROTC. I guess during the summer they have a camp or something. Yeah, he's really into it.
Here at ROTC, they keep you busy in the summer.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, a lot of people who don't take advantage of some of that military stuff, that college education, the GI Bill is an incredible deal.
There's a chance of scattered showers.
If you're Naval ROTC, that puts you on the ship for the summertime.
Boy, that's
between sophomore and junior years. That sort of thing.
That would be so much fun as a kid.
And then east of I-25 is where they could become strong to even severe.
Yeah. My dad was in the Navy, so he was Vietnam, and it was either risk getting drafted or join the Navy. So he joined the Navy, and he you know, at one point you sit in this classroom and they ask for your wish list. Remember, this is during Vietnam. So him and his buddy put down, we want to be on a riverboat gunship on the Saigon. So they thought the two of them were crazy because everybody else in that classroom ended up going to Vietnam. And they ended up on a ship out in the whatever ocean. And the funny part too is he gets seasick. So it was, yeah, I think he did after. I mean, it's so big too, right? But he was on a destroyer out there for a while.
On your eastbound I-270 route, working your way in towards Commerce City and down towards I-70.
Talking about sea legs, Suzanne and I started paddle boarding quite a bit. So a week ago we were in the Ozarks, or I don't know, we took a freaking 5-week trip, but man, it's so crazy on these things. Have you ever done it? Have you ever done a paddleboard? It is so nuts, man. You would think, yeah, you just stand up and kind of.
Oh, I tried it one time.
You would think you like, the more you do it, the better you get, but it still takes my legs 5 minutes just so I'm not wobbly, man. It's crazy. And I can't figure out why my brain isn't just correcting that over time, but maybe
start with a really, really big board so it's easier to keep going.
Ours are about
next time, stay home and let dispatch help bring the power
this wide
to you.
No.
They're probably really wide ones, aren't they?
When we learned in Hawaii, we were on, holy shit, man, it was like being on a small island. It was so big. You could walk around.
Those are ocean ones, right?
Yeah. But we didn't go in the ocean. We were on the, you know, the inland. I guess it's still the ocean. Yeah, it's pretty fun, man. It's a lot of, you do a couple miles on them, it's like running 3-4 miles. If you're constantly going and you got it tied, it's a lot of work.
Because dispatch
I think we tried on the Pearl Lake by Speedboat Lake.
Yeah.
See if we serve your home at dispatchhelp.com.
Yeah, those are the best places. If you get to a place that's, I like freshwater better than salt, because I like jumping in and stuff, but I can't imagine the ocean. We were on some lakes in this last trip that had, you know, quite the current. So then you got to decide, okay, do I fight it now, or do I fight it later? I always fight it now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Don't want to fight the current or the wind on the way back. Weather comes in.
Oh yeah.
So where do you do it here? Are you going to do it here?
We can go anywhere with them. We have inflatables. which sounds weird, but, you know, it's 15 to 20 pounds of air.
Dan
And it's a fabric. You know, you would have no idea.
I thought I was late. I thought you were certain.
Your lives at 15 are the first thing out of break.
And we'll have a lot of fun together. Join me at 4.
I think Chatfield or Cherry Creek, although there's a lot of wake because the boats. Those guys are maniacs out there in their boats. You know, you got a 30-foot boat.
Hey,
thing that's so tiny.
That link is notes to producer. Try it. Copy it into a browser.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Silverleaf Mortgage. If you have a mortgage and you want a reverse loan, or you're looking for a reverse loan, maybe your house is paid off, you want to live off the equity, Silverleaf Mortgage is one of the reverse loan companies we highly endorse. They'll take care of you. Matt has a heart for seniors. They even have a nonprofit organization to help you get your house fixed up for the appraisal, really, to get even more money. SilverleafMortgage.com, 720-REVERSE. 720-REVERSE. Okay. We have a number of cases pending right now. We have a call in to our accountants to talk about the tax situation. What's going on, Suze?
We're circling back with her on Thursday because both of our accountants are out today.
Okay, so we're going to get back to her when our accountants are ready, and we'll get her really solid information. And the other thing we're just so puzzled on is this Gwen situation with this contractor. Is it a ripoff? Is it not? We'll come back to that in a minute. We're going to now talk to Corey, who has a follow-up, or we have a follow-up for Corey. And let me just go back to that. Wyatt's Fillmore is what we're calling this story. It was handled by Mark and Suze. And Corey said, while attending an event, he paid an attendant to park at a Burger King. And he said what happened was when he came out, his car was towed. He believes that the ticket was clearly on the dashboard and could be seen by the tow truck, but they ignored it, and that he shouldn't have been towed because he had the receipt on the dashboard. So what we were going to do is check with the tow company.
So,
because,
Tom,
yes.
I reached out to Trevor, and I emailed you and Mark the picture he sent me. It's in your email now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to look at it. And he said, look, Tom, I put it clearly on the dash where people could see it. And I said, well, if it's off to the side or in a crease or where you can't read the date or time, a lot of people do that as a scam. You know, they take an old receipt and make it look like they just got it. So are you sure you could see it? And I'm still looking for it here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's evident you can't see it, and you can see the Burger King in the background, so you know it's at the place he's talking
Why
about.
can't I see? I just wanted to see. Suze, you just emailed it to me a while ago, or when did you do that?
Yeah, about 10, 15 minutes ago. It says Martino, show caller help is the subject.
Okay.
And I forwarded you and Mark the picture.
Okay, Mark, let me look at your computer real quick. Let me look at that real quick here. Where is it? Oh, my goodness. It's nowhere. Let's see. Did you?
I would assume it's that blue thing that fell down. But you can see the Burger King in the back, so this wasn't taken after the fact. So unless if they shook the car, which usually would be the next thing we'll hear now.
That blue thing looks like a heads-up screen.
Hey, Corey, your argument doesn't hold water here, man. I believe you paid. I do. I just believe that.
Well, we know he paid because he does have the slip.
No, I believe it. I just think that you're wrong on your. Man, it's nowhere. I can't see it anywhere.
And by the way, you are absolutely nuts keeping that radar detector right there in Denver. You are asking for a broken window.
Well, oh, they'll steal it?
Oh, my God, right here, right here. Last week, someone broke a window in the middle of the day in a car right here in the tech center.
What about that little spot under the windshield wiper bar? I don't know, kind of looks like a reflection maybe. I don't know.
Oh, that could be way under there. But, hey, Corey, we can send this picture to you.
Yeah, I would love that because
it's not there, man. Did you place it personally? Where did you? Were you driving?
I was driving. My wife placed it on the dash when we left.
Did she place it with her left or right hand?
She placed it on the passenger side dash, and I don't know which one she was getting out of the car.
Man, now that you see, that makes even a stronger argument for them because there's not. I mean, there are a couple of reflections on the driver's side. I could say, "What's that? What's that?" But there is nothing there. I mean, there is nothing unless these guys opened the door and removed it. But
well, no, that's. I mean,
where did you find it when you got? Where did you find it when you got your car?
It had fallen down between the dash and in the window there, and I actually have a video that my wife took.
Well, we can't see it. We're looking at a picture before they towed it, and we don't see it at all.
I wonder if that's what's under the windshield wiper
I'm wondering
bar.
if you went. I'm wondering if you went down. No, it was the passenger side. There's no way. First of all, okay. Here's what I'm saying. We're assuming if your wife put it on the right-hand side of the car, and they took a picture of it, and it's not there, and you say you have a video of it being there, well, then you placed it there because it didn't magically come out from the crack when you arrived.
No, and that I'm glad that you guys got the picture. I'd love to see that because they would not show me any video, and
they don't have to. If they did, that's all they would do. They would do nothing else. All they would do is be sending people pictures all day.
Well, Trevor did email me saying they did implement some software where they can email pictures upon request, but they weren't doing it for him. It's in your text, Corey, right now.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So, Corey, so you're telling me when you showed up, it was on the dash?
No, when I showed up, it was in the window. It was in the window there, and it was not.
Was it? Here's what I'm going to ask. Another question, Corey. When you showed up, was it readable from outside, looking through the windshield?
No, it was not.
Okay, good. Then that's why it was towed. So your wife placed it too close.
Well, yeah, and now. With the picture, I will believe that. Before, I did not believe that it magically disappeared from the dash and that they didn't do anything or that it didn't.
No, but here's the story that no one will ever buy, and that is your wife placed it just so when they started to tow it, it went down the crack. It didn't.
People dig in on these tow ones like I've never seen. I have never.
No, Corey.
The one
Corey
guy
just said.
He sent a video evidence. Said they must have picked the car up, moved it to a different spot where it shouldn't have been, then towed it and took the picture. I mean, they dig in like I've never seen when it comes to towing.
But Corey didn't. Corey just said, if he looks at this photo and can clearly see it's nowhere to be seen, he'll believe it.
Tom, he dug in. Corey, you dug in yesterday like I couldn't.
Well, yesterday.
I even called it exactly like this. We're going to get the picture. You're not going to see it anywhere, and it'll be evident it was at the Burger King. Every time we get a call on Wyatt's, and I want to say this, not all tow truck companies are good, and I don't advertise for Wyatt. I don't use Wyatt's. I have never one time have they been in the wrong with 50 calls. Every single time, they're the only tow truck company I know of that has video evidence of every damn thing they do.
Hey.
Got to scotch tape those slips to your dashboard.
Tom Martino here. More coming up. John Fuller, Fuller Law. You need to know about John, especially when you're in an accident. You're wondering who to call, and you've heard all the commercials. Big ass got me $10 million, and so-and-so got me this much, and so-and-so got me that much. You know what? Here's the bottom line. Those are so few and far between. The truth is, most settlements are not millions, but you want someone who's going to work your settlement no matter how much it is, and that's John Fuller. He'll give you his personal attention. And, of course, if it's worth more, he'll get more. But he's not going to lie to you. He's not going to make it sound like everybody gets that. He's going to take care of you the real way. John Fuller is my accident lawyer on the show, my expert. He can be your accident lawyer at my myaccidentlawyer.co. That stands for Colorado, myaccidentlawyer.co. Someone I know and trust. You can too. Mark and Suzanne have actually used him. 303-597-4500. Oh, I just got an email from George over at Fix It 24/7. He says, listen, we only have 4 days left on our sale. That's an HVA system, complete furnace and AC right now. If you have an older system, you will not believe this. It's 18 months, no payments. That's a year and a half, plus an $800 trade-in credit for your old crappy system. So they'll remove and tear out your old system, give you $800 for that, and you don't have to make any payments on your new system for a year and a half or 18 months. 720-526-3939. Only 4 days left on this sale. That's 720-526-3939. Reverse loans, what are they? They're living off your equity tax-free. They're living off your equity without having to sell your house. They're living off your equity and staying home, maybe for assisted living, or maybe just to fix up your home, or to save your home from foreclosure. And Approval Reverse is one of those lenders we highly recommend. Joan and her team will take care of you. 303-771-3528, 771-3528.
Hello, this is Kurt Cambier with Centennial Capital Partners. Are higher taxes a concern? Who's likely to pay them? Give us a call at 303-584-1161.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research, Inc., a broker-dealer, member of FINRA SIPC, investment advisor representative, Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor. Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners are not affiliated.
If interest rates rise, credit card debt gets way more expensive, and it can be
Do you think people lie about being told because they're so pissed off?
I don't know, but man, I never see people dig in so much on anything. They just refuse to believe they did anything wrong.
I think it's like this.
The one that drove me crazy was the guy that, as soon as we sent him the video, he goes, "Well, they must have picked up the car, towed it to the wrong spot."
Like a drunk. Remember him? He did sound like a drunk. Remember him?
So you can understand.
I think it's the same guy.
Well, they picked up the truck, and then they put it over,
and then took the picture.
And then took the picture where it shouldn't have been.
I'm going, man, they got balls doing that right next to your house.
Actually, it wasn't even right next to it. It was in another area.
It was one building over.
Yeah, but that's a whole completely different parking lot.
Hey, let's just go randomly move this guy's vehicle over to there. Then we'll tow it. Yeah, okay.
Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini. Oh my gosh.
You know, what the owner told me, fall on the sword. They literally protect their HOAs they work for because that's their customer. But everything comes from the HOA. The tow truck only basically tows what they're told to tow. But they're not going to throw ever the HOA under because that's the customer.
And above all, keep your promises. Our performance speaks for itself. Whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, they have our word. We'll treat them right at Dunlop. You betcha, Todd. And with the weather like it is and today's incentives, that's right, incentives, now's the time to call and save a full 12% off all services for select install dates. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com. 303-722-2295.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Rising home values mean that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about their smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just
We went to Kid Rock's place in Nashville.
866
What a blast, man.
Go to loandepot.com.
Different live band on each floor. The food was good. I mean, there was so many people packed in. It was like being at 3 different concerts, depending on the floor you were on. You'd have rock and roll, then rockabilly, then just pure country. I mean, it was insane. And every place around them is just like that. Like Luke Bryan's got one, but everybody's got 2, 3, 4 bands all on different floors. Just total parties. That's very cool. It was so cool. And you don't hear
or go online.
They're soundproof through the doors, which is crazy thinking about it.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart.
And they're not a rip-off. I mean, the prices are good as far as food and drinks. We got a damn, what do you call it? What's the real big steak?
The winner of the Rangers Lightning series.
What's the big bone-in ribeye? A tomahawk. We got a huge tomahawk steak and a couple sides for, $70, $80, whatever it
Tiger
was.
Woods announced he will not participate in next week's U.S. Open, stating his body needs more time to get stronger for major championship golf. I'm Frank Arity.
Are you looking to turn a small bet into a big payday? Well, with DraftKings Sportsbook's same-game parlays, you can pocket more cash when you combine multiple bets from one game. Download the app, sign up with code SPORTS, and get a special offer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
Stay connected with your favorite shows on Denver's top station.
Sign up for our newsletter email now at khal.com/newsletter.
Breaking news, weather, sports, and more from our community. That's khal.com/newsletter.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 303-8255. All right, Steve's got a comment on Wyatt's. Go ahead, Steve. What's your comment? We found that in every case, Mark said, in at least 50 complaints, they've always had photos and video to back up what they do. Go ahead. Yeah.
I agree with him.
Yep, I totally agree with it. Yep. Except this. What about this, Steve?
He said he has a video showing that the ticket is there. So what do you think?
Yeah, but he's saying it's probably in the same place.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think if we looked at his video, I mean, none of it matters now. I think it's probably in the same exact place.
Down in the crease.
You're right.
Yeah, down in wherever he's trying to describe.
Yeah, and if that guy looked down in the crease, the tow truck guy, he can't tell if that's a current ticket or not. You have to be able to read the information. Because I've seen people take old tickets and use them and try to fool because they park at the same place. But these places, they know that. They know how to get around that. All right. Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. I want to, since we have Brad O'Brien, he's a real estate attorney with us, and Brad's been doing real estate law. And Brad, just let me ask you out of curiosity, how many loan docs do consumers ask you to review?
Not too often.
I know. How about buy-sell agreements?
Oh, more often.
Yeah. But what about closing docs? More often?
Typically, I'm more involved in getting somebody under contract, and I do review closing documents. Some people are just satisfied to get the contract done.
Okay. So you help them do the contract?
Yes, I'm available from contract through closing.
And then especially commercial stuff, right?
Yes, I do residential and commercial. And I do loan documents when it's a private lender, like parents lending to the kids or something like that, which is...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Brent wants...
Would there be a reason to use a title company if they're using you?
Yes.
What?
I don't...
For the title searching and stuff.
Yeah, I don't perform escrow services for liability reasons.
Okay.
So I let the title company prepare the documents, and then I review them.
And you let them do the title commitment, right?
Yes.
Because they're set up to do that. Now, Brent Ivinson from Ideal Home Loans. Brent, I got a name for it, man. I got a name for it.
All right, what is it?
Okay, here's what I'd call it. The Ideal Cash Advance, because that's what it is. I mean,
That's great.
I know. I like you. You don't have to bite on it. We're live. You don't have to. You can say no, Tom. It's okay. But the idea here's the way I'd advertise it. The Ideal Cash Advance. Now, when you're approved, they give you cash immediately to buy the house you love.
And that's exactly what we're doing. You know, and you and I have talked about.
Listen to this program, Mark. Go ahead. Tell them how it works. Tell us how it works.
So, cash buyers are 4 times more likely to have their offer accepted than a traditionally financed offer, which
even pre-approvals, although pre-approvals are great, that still is not as strong as an actual cash buyer.
That's exactly right. And so, which really is, and you and I have talked about this, doesn't make a lot of sense because a pre-approved buyer in ideal home loans environment is we have signed off on the credit. We have signed off on the assets. We have signed off on the income. We have cleared everything that would be a problem from an underwriting perspective. Now all we need at that point is a property, title work, a contract, and if a reappraisal is required, an appraisal. That's it. So,
right.
You know, but again, what we're here to do is this. We want to give our clients an advantage. You know, we've been in Denver since 2001. We have continued to evolve and adapt. And this is the latest evolution in products that Ideal Home Loans offers where, hey, you can be a cash buyer, we'll back you, and your offer can go to the top so that you can get that house under contract and not get caught up in the bidding war. And guess what? The best part of it all is oftentimes we can close with a loan because the contract is assignable and you don't have to use the cash and go through that process.
So you're approved, and then they give you the cash advance. Basically, you put your credit, your cash on the line for that house, and right before closing, you either assign it or you buy it, and then the consumer. But you usually, and this is the thing, that pre-approval is usually going to cash out before closing anyway. But just in case the seller has the approval or has the, the guarantee of the ideal cash advance.
That's exactly right. They have the guarantee of our cash paying for the house no matter what, and we've got our clients pre-approved to be able to access this program. So it really is a win for everybody.
They are truly a cash buyer. They are absolutely, positively a cash buyer when they go through Ideal.
Yeah. Absolutely, 100%.
Who's the only one that couldn't do that, basically? It's someone who, I mean, really, who could not do that?
Yeah, you know, we've done several of them, and the only issue we've had was with a job change.
Okay.
And it was a situation where the borrower had to take the new job because they were making so much more. And so we used the cash fund. They accessed it. They got to
No, I'm talking about the pre-approval to begin with. Like, who could not take advantage? Is there anyone out there that could not take advantage of this cash advance?
Someone that has all the cash.
Well, yeah, someone who wants their own
cash. Who has all the cash, but you've got to get pre-approved. And again, whether you're using this program or not, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see home buyers make, Tom. Go get pre-approved. You have to know all the details, and all of your financing has to be in order before you go out and start shopping, because if not, it's going to blow up. It's too competitive a market. Listing agents see through that stuff. I mean, we're routinely getting phone calls from listing agents that want to talk about the details of our offer and talk about what's going on. We obviously have to confer with our clients to make sure it's okay to share those details. But oftentimes they're okay with that because they want the house. They want to get under contract. It's competitive out there. There are still multiple offers on every property. And so this is the best way to get your offer.
But here's what I'm saying. If you can get pre-approved, you can get the ideal cash advance.
Yes. Now, it does not work for certain product types, FHA loans specifically.
Okay.
Because the FHA does not allow us to sell the property back unless we wait for 6 months because there's what's called a flipping rule.
I get it.
But this works very well for qualified conventional buyers. It's great.
This would be a great thing for realtors out there that have clients that are looking to buy a house, man.
Right. All the buying brokers, if you have a conventional buyer, get them pre-approved at Ideal, and then Ideal does the rest. They do the cash advance. They do the cash advance, the Ideal. I like Ideal cash advance or cash buyer fund, whatever you want, Brent. We won't hold it against you. 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
It's a busy afternoon. There's an
tanker truck eastbound I-270 between Vasquez and Quebec is blocking the center and right lane. The left lane is open. You can use 270 instead right now, though.
I don't think you want to take
and
these
Jordan
guns
and
away.
Parker,
I don't think you could.
I think we need.
How would that work? Just logistically?
No, I don't think you can.
You're going to knock on someone's door and say, "Hey, give me your assault rifle."
But God, I mean, they're asking for reasonable rules. Raise the age to 21.
You think that would stop these?
No, but at least it's something. What I'm saying is, just to keep resisting everything. What's wrong with raising the age to 21?
Are you a safe driver?
For what?
Are you looking to save
So
money?
an 18-year-old can't be a cop or go into the military?
The safer you drive, the more you can save.
Can't be a security guard, so limit all those jobs.
Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
You know, I used to tell you to take all your junk jewelry and your old coin collections, broken watches, mismatched earrings to David L's Jewelry to get your gold, silver, and platinum bought. He'll
weigh it and pay it. Well, I still want you to go there, but I got to add something to it. Okay, he's at 3rd and Clayton. That's 2640 East 3rd. And I'll give you a phone number. I want to add something to all that junk jewelry and twisted, tangled messes of chains, and that is estate jewelry and vintage jewelry. Yes, now he'll even buy stuff to resell it. So whatever it is you have, if you want to get rid of it, David Ellis Jewelry. And, of course, if you want to buy there, that's good too, right? That's 2640 East 3rd Avenue, 303-322-8779. Become the banker is a strategy. What it does is it makes you use your own money, or it allows you to use your own money instead of credit cards. Well, let me explain it. You overfund a life insurance policy on purpose, and then what happens is your cash grows tax-free. Honest to God, tax-free. Now, it is tax-deferred, but if you use their plan, it's tax-free. You borrow from it through your life instead of using your credit card, and you pay it back like you would a credit card, but that extra interest goes into your cash account. Eventually, you have enough for retirement, and then you draw it out in mini loans, tax-free, and never pay them back. It's a brilliant plan called Become the Banker. Find out more here at mymoneymyway.com, mymoneymyway.com. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. We've just been talking about real estate. Think about that. You get Frank Duran to go out and find a house for you. You can do the ideal cash advance to be a cash buyer. Man, what a winning combination. But Frank Duran is great at both buying and selling. If you're selling, he'll come out and do a market analysis free of charge, no obligation to list. Maybe you want to both sell and buy. He'll do a combo deal for you, 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Inflation is close to double digits, and failed progressive policies have left Colorado's middle class reeling. I'm Tim Reichert. I'm running for Congress in Colorado 7 to restore the middle class and put the American dream within reach. I'm an economist with solutions to rebuild our economy, secure the border, and stop the flow of fentanyl into our communities. I'm Tim Reichert, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. I ask for your vote in the Republican primary on June 28th.
Paid for by Tim Reichert for Congress.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Slow drains only get worse. Plumline Services can help. With 93 or free. If they can't clear your drains for just $93, the call is free.
Along with a full diagnosis, and Plumline does all
Got a hunting trip planned.
no third parties. And if you've been told
Go to buy a new gun, can't get one for 3 days. I don't know. Actually, with background checks, I don't even know how long it takes. I haven't bought a firearm for so long.
No phone call, no hassle, no wait. PlumlineServices.com.
So many people have told me about Orchard, and no wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more...
Oh, I bet this lady's going to be old as hell.
You have to choose between an easy home sale or the best price for your home. Let me tell you about Rudy, a recent Orchard customer. Rudy's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip home.
That obviously is not on
If you're
CNN
thinking
anymore.
about selling, or just curious what Orchard would pay for your home,
They would be covering this here.
Orchard.com. That's Orchard.
Covering what?
McConaughey. Matt McConaughey.
I like him. I'd vote for him.
He's not running.
He is in Texas, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, he is. Of course he is.
I don't think so.
Let me look. I'm almost positive he is. Unless he dropped out or something.
Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. Their care team of medical professionals actually come to your house. They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches, urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound. It's almost everything that they can do at the
I'll tell you who else I like. I like that Dr. Oz. I think he will win Pennsylvania.
Their only patient.
And it costs no more than a trip to urgent care because Dispatch
You don't
Health
think
is
there's a
covered by
liberal
most insurance,
sweep of this country?
Oh, I think it's gonna go back the other way so fast. It's gonna be insane.
I think the majority of Americans are liberal.
There's not one poll saying that.
And they're better than ever. Learn
I guess you got to define liberal.
Maybe they're just the loudest. I swear to God, everywhere I look, see, all of our media and all of our influence and all of our celebrities, because they're.
Oh, you're right. He was going to run for Texas governor, and he said he will not.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Wow, let's talk to Ken.
Holly's got a really bad problem after Ken. Ken, what's happening with you? Hello, Ken.
Hey, man, how you doing?
What's going on?
I keep getting these text messages, and I'll cut to the chase, and it says, hello, there was a mistake on our end. Sorry that we overcharged you.
Yeah, that is a rip-off. You can't click on that. You didn't, did you?
No, I tried the phone number that they left me. It's out of Ohio, and the mailbox is always full.
Well, it's a rip-off. You should not be getting in touch with them.
I just wanted to call you and let you know because I'm kin with the one that has the cancer that I always call in.
Okay, Ken.
And no, I didn't click on it because Social Security, my disability, they take that out of my check every month.
Okay.
So there's no way I'm entitled to a reimbursement. If anything, I owe Social Security like $10 million. You know what I mean?
I get it. I totally agree. People should not be clicking on that kind of stuff. Holly, what's going on? Holly? I can hear you there. Holly.
Hello. Hi, Tom.
What's going on, Holly?
My daughter's got a friend who is 19 years old and moved here from Texas. And he was born in Texas at home. And his parents never got him a birth certificate or a Social Security card.
Okay. Wow.
And then I wonder how he's working.
How is he working?
I'm not quite sure how that's...
How old is he right now?
He's 19.
He's 19. No birth certificate. Yeah. Are his parents still around?
Yes.
And they never got a birth certificate. How did he get to school?
So they never claimed him on their tax returns or anything?
He was homeschooled all his life.
How? Okay. He was home. Yeah. Oh, he was homeschooled. No birth certificate. He can still get a Social Security card. Anyone can. Even an illegal immigrant can get one. So he doesn't. I don't think you
undocumented, bro.
Undocumented. I'm sorry, but I don't think you need a birth certificate to get a Social Security. No, you don't.
But you need a birth certificate for a lot of things.
You do.
Driver's license.
Do you have a driver's license, Holly?
No.
Does he drive?
Who do we ask about this? This is the important thing.
He usually takes the bus.
I was hoping our listener friends might have some ideas because I wasn't sure of an expert.
Okay, I know our listeners might, but you know who else might? An immigration attorney like Muheisen.
I'll ask.
You remember Muheisen? Are they still on our list?
I'm not sure if they are, but they're great friends of the show.
But generally, they have something to go with, a passport or something. I mean, where was this kid? Did this kid live in a cave in Texas?
No.
Was it at a cult?
No. No. Nope. Just,
well, his parents didn't do him any good.
No. No. And he's just lost. He doesn't know what to do. And
no, I don't blame him. I would be too.
Yeah. So I figured I'd call you.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna go with people. I mean, we're gonna talk to people and see what we can and put out the word here. I'm sure this is not the only time this has happened where someone did not get a birth certificate.
Yeah, but this certain person waited till they were 19. I think that's what makes this a little different.
I think that the parents can do it with him back where he was born.
Well, he's been asking and asking them and asking them, and they just won't do anything to help.
Well, are they like hippies? What are they?
Maybe
Weird?
he's
Are
not
they
really
weirdos?
theirs.
Are they weirdos?
You know,
I'm guessing super religious.
I've never met him. I've never met him, so I don't know. All I know is what my daughter tells me and what he tells me. You know, so I don't know.
Where's this kid live now? In Texas?
No, he's here in Superior.
Okay.
Superior, Colorado. Yeah.
Well, okay. Golly. If you walk into a place...
Well, like what's
wait, has he ever... does he file taxes?
No.
He's 19.
He doesn't do anything.
But how does he like put food in his mouth?
Well, he lives with his parents.
Oh, I thought they were still in Texas.
He still lives with his parents.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, he does.
And they won't help him out?
No.
Why?
He's been asking him out. I don't know.
What kind of people are they?
Tom, maybe he's a missing child, for real.
I don't know.
Yeah, like maybe they snatched him.
That'd be crazy.
Maybe they snatched him.
I don't know that either.
Well, I don't know. No, his fingerprints would not be in the system. Who do we ask? Who do we ask?
Me on him and his parents. Make sure he's really theirs.
Oh my gosh, what the hell do you do? You
don't know.
What's really good, maybe we could contact Obama. I'm just kidding. I'm pissing a lot of people off, and I'm just kidding. All right, so, you know, though, he's almost easier to create an identity for than anyone in the world.
Really?
I mean, I'm not suggesting he do it illegally, for God's sakes, but think about it.
Right.
I like my lifetime, and they look at it, and that's it. They've never authenticated it, ever. Yes?
I had somebody just text me saying that maybe he should go get fingerprinted to see if he was ever fingerprinted as a kid. Just to see if there's any trace of him.
Nobody fingerprints kids.
I got fingerprinted all the time for, in case you're kidnapped.
Heel print, a footprint. When you're a baby, they do the foot.
So this is usbirthcertificates.com. Here's basically what you have to do. You got to get a signed statement from the doctor, midwife, or whoever assisted in the birth. In his case, that would be his parents.
Who did it? Did they have a midwife?
Possibly if there's a baptismal record of some sort, the original family record, a passport, a school record, a census record, an employment record, immigration or naturalization record, military discharge form, a resident history, and then something from a sibling, such as a birth certificate.
Does he have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, he does. And there's 4 of them that don't have social. I think he's got.
Hold on.
Just the stimulus money they missed.
How old?
Understanding this.
How old are the siblings?
Well, he's there. I think there's like 10 of them.
Oh
the older ones have the birth certificates and the Social Security numbers, but then it starts from his older brother that does not, then him, then his other brother that's younger than him, and then 2 little kids that don't.
Something's really weird.
There's something weird about this family, man.
A little.
If he doesn't get their cooperation, he's not going to be able to do it. Get her number, and let's try to figure this one out.
Family Law, Bonnie Shields.
I don't know.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
It is a busy afternoon. There's an overturned tanker truck eastbound I-270 between Vasquez and Quebec. It is blocking the center and right lanes. The left lanes open.
$40,000 in stimulus money? Yeah, you're probably right there.
Boulevard and a crash at University and Highlands Range Parkway, causing some slow spots at that intersection. Near Fox 31 pinpoint weather. There is a slight chance of showers today with a high of 80. Chance of rain tonight and 53.
Holy moly.
81 slight chance of rain, mostly sunny tomorrow, and possible rain on Thursday. Again, windy and a high near 90. Right now it is 68. With your impact traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KNOW.
Second half of the year looking busier than the first? Hire with Indeed. Their powerful platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. Sponsor a job and immediately get a short list of quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Please don't get ripped off when you have a property that's been damaged by flood, fire, black mold, meth labs, unattended death, crime, anything like that. You know, your insurance might be paying for this loss, but they're only going to pay once. If you go to a bad restoration company, you'll be victimized twice because you're going to be left with a mess. And we've had plenty of people call us after the fact. So you're going to have the benefit of hearing from me now. And you're going to know to call American Restoration 24/7. I'm serious. There's such the entire industry is riddled with liars, cheats, and ripoffs. American Restoration, Rock and his team can handle all of it, all the EPA certifications and experience you need to restore your home and rebuild it even. They'll do as much or as little as you want. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST. Online, AM-REST, AMREST, 247.com. That's AMREST247.com. Joe Lazara is a criminal defense attorney I hope you never need, and I say that, and I really do mean it. You can avoid a DUI with rideshare, of course, and taxis and all of that. But if you're ever falsely accused, or maybe you made a stupid mistake, or you committed another crime or are accused of a crime, don't ever try to do it alone, and don't try to shop under pressure. Joseph A. Lazara.
Joe Lazara, you can research him. He's on referralist.com or call him for free consultations and then flat rate pricing. 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. One of the places I'm really grateful for is Colorado Pain Care. And when I say I've been there, I'm serious. They're helping me now for a permanent solution. I'll tell you, I don't know what I would do without their counseling. They've even, have helped me not make mistakes when it comes to medical care. They can manage medications. They can help you with modalities that you may not have even heard of. And then they have great physical therapy. Look at their website for a location near you, coloradopaincare.com. Office hours or clinical hours from 7 to 7, same-day appointments available, all major insurance accepted, 303-GOT-PAIN. That's 303-GOT-PAIN.
Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini. Oh, my gosh. How can it be that we started Done Right Home Improvements way back in 1985 already? How can it be that 3 of our grandkids are now working in the business? Geez, we didn't have grandkids back then. And to think that we've designed...
How can that be, Todd? Dad, it's the things you've always taught us. Do your work, show up on time, price fairly, and above all, keep your promise.
Do you see many cases where a contractor is walking off the job and leaving the house like half undone, like a renovation project?
All the time.
So people just living in like unfinished house, finished house, like black and white.
Now's the time to call. It's like a full 12%
all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I went to Aspen Wood.
Yeah, some of that stuff's kind of cool. I'll tell you my favorite recently, this lady in Colorado Springs, man. It came in through our affiliate down there, KRDO, but this contractor, this woman didn't give him the last payment. I don't know what her excuse was. I have no idea. But instead of like putting a lien on the house, he went over there and the roommate was there. It was a house, but she owned it and she also rented out a room. So the person she rented out a room to opened the door, noticed it was the contractor, and he said, I got to get some stuff out of there. So she let him in. He went into the bathroom, he pulled all the tile. He undid the job, like demolished the bathroom. and said, there you go.
That's a breach of the peace. That's...
Oh, my God. I couldn't believe the guy. He ended up getting a court date, but he never actually went to jail. He never got, I assume he got arrested, but I'm not even sure of that. And that wasn't until it was on the radio and on KRDO TV down there. That's when the cops finally decided to go find him. But I don't think he got in that much trouble, to be honest, man. That was right in the middle of a complete shutdown last year, one of the late shutdowns.
Yeah, it's called self-help.
Oh, man, it was unbelievable.
Even if some contracts do say that, we can come and retrieve our materials and supplies. And
never heard of such.
It's still, even if a contract says it, it's still against unenforceable against public policy.
Well, it's also stupid because you just lost any chance of getting paid. I mean, there's not even I guess it's a good revenge deal. It makes a hell of a good news story. It makes a good phone call. No, it's crazy, man.
Radio app. Just say play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio.
All right, 303-713-8255. You know, we had someone on our YouTube
channel said they should run out and get a DNA test real quick, and I agree with that. Can you imagine if a couple of these siblings went out, got just a 23andMe, and they came back, they're not even related to each other? Tom? We had someone on YouTube say they should run out, this family with no birth certificates, and get DNA tests. Can you imagine if they came back and the siblings weren't even related?
And they're all being snatched.
Yeah, I know. They don't even know they were snatched.
Wow. I never even thought of that.
I think you know what? If we got her info, let's pay for the DNA test.
Okay.
2 of them.
Ask it. Well, let's work on this. Mark, we've had a lot of calls on this. What's going on, bro?
Well, I filed February 21, and it was for $2,800, and I have not seen it.
Oh, my God, February? What, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He filed on February 21st. Did you file paper?
I did, but I sent it certified.
Oh, hold on. March, April, May, June. Oh, my goodness gracious, sir. You need to wait another 3 to 4 months before you even worry about it.
There's people that paper filed last year for 20 that are still waiting on their refunds.
They're so far behind, Mark, but that's good news, meaning when I say good news, don't think it was lost.
Right, it's not abnormal then. It's just the status quo for
That's
the
right.
IRS.
It's status quo for mailing in a return.
No, and it's also status quo for the IRS in general because of the pandemic. They're way behind.
No, but if you do electronically, you can generally have your refund if you have ACH and everything set up in a month or 2.
Still, Mark?
Yeah.
I looked into checking on it online and on the phone, put in the information.
Does it say in process?
And it got nowhere.
What does it say on
What
the
do you
website?
mean got nowhere, though? What does that mean?
Well, it just says that they can't help me with the information I provided, the date, the amount, the assess number.
So you don't know they've gotten it yet? You can get that information.
Well, I mean, I have a tracking number.
No. Through the IRS website, you should be able to put in your info, and most likely, if they received it, it'll say in process.
Right. Okay, so there's no tricks to actually talk to a human anymore.
Yes, you can wait on hold for 12 hours.
Yeah, oh, my God, it's terrible.
All right.
I'm telling him to check on the website, and it just dawned on me, if he could do that, he probably would have filed electronically.
That's right. Do you always file paper?
I have, and, you know, in the past, it wasn't an issue. Lately, I've owed them money, so I was in no hurry. But last year, I actually probably shouldn't have withheld at all, but I did, and now I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. So you're still working, you're not retired?
Well, I'm unemployed, let's put it that way. Underemployed.
What kind of work did you do? I'm curious.
I was a trucker.
Well, what man, they need truck drivers. What's going on?
I know, But the problem is I can't get my medical card right now.
Oh, that's too bad, man. That's too bad.
Yeah, Walmart, they're hiring 110,000 benefits like in 1 week. It's crazy.
I know. There's a lot of truck seats sitting around that could be filled, but...
And I'll tell you another thing for young people.
Hey, you know what I
Being
noticed?
a pilot, my God, they're taking people.
This is going to offend some people, but on the road, we're on the road, as you know, for 30, 35 days. Every trucker I saw, I never saw one that weighed under 200. They're all fat. All of them. I didn't see any, and I'm sure we're going to have someone call in and say I'm not fat, but the majority of truckers are way overweight, and I assume it's because they're sitting there 8 hours a day.
And why would they wear boots?
In suspenders.
But
well,
the
suspenders
boots,
to hold their pants up.
The boot thing, my God, I'd wear flip-flops or I'd wear, like, comfortable, sensible shoes, as they say. Why would you wear? I mean, unless they don't wear boots anymore, but... And then big buckled belts. They don't feel good. Yes, Suze, what, Suze?
For Mark on line 3, a lady said he couldn't get any information until September. She's in the exact situation, and that's what she was told.
All right, good. At least we got an answer there. I'm Tom Martino. We have Brad O'Brien, olslaw.com for real estate stuff coming up next hour. Stay tuned.
The podcast Deliver Us from Ervil reveals the dark story of Ervil the Baron and the reporters, cops, and insiders who tried to take down his vicious, organized...
You go flying with me right now?
Hell no.
I went flying with a safety pilot.
Yeah.
I did well. I mean, you know, I had to concentrate.
I'm surprised you didn't want to do it with any turtle.
No, but I went
climbing in and out of there.
But I went with. I haven't done that in years.
Wasn't you?
Hold on,
I'll get you something.
Thank you so much.
National gas price. It's going to be $5 by the end of the week.
Use radio and digital targeting to find fresh, passive candidates currently in the workforce. These candidates are listening right now, looking for new opportunities. Together, we can let the community know you're hiring. Visit iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. It's Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter. Mornings at 10. Streaming live on our free iHeart radio app and at khow.com.
ABC News with Faith Abuda. Following recent mass shootings across the country, ABC News is putting a special focus on gun violence in America all day today. Services continue in Uvalde, Texas, where the 21 victims were gunned down inside Robb Elementary School. Family and friends remembering Xavier Lopez, the 10-year-old boy who awarded an honor roll certificate in the ceremony not long before the shooting.
I just think Republicans are going to be on the unpopular side of this with Americans when it comes to guns, don't you?
I don't think they're even thinking about guns. You're thinking about the fucking price of gas.
But I think people want to see
if nothing happened
Roe
after
versus Wade, and they want to see guns.
If nothing happened after Sandy Hook, what makes you think anything would happen now?
I think the two main issues for elections going to be gun violence and Roe versus Wade.
That is the complete opposite of every poll out there done this week.
Roe versus Wade and guns. That's what
If you can't afford to drive to the abortion clinic, you're not going to care.
That's what OAC is telling me, and I believe it.
COVID vaccine, Novavax. It's from a Maryland-based company by the
Bradley's being awful quiet.
OAC tells me what the issues are. Oh, and billionaires. Somehow billionaires are in trouble now.
You know, I was looking at Congress the other day. They are so old. I don't care what side you're on. Man, we just need some youth in there. And youth could be in your 50s now there. I mean, it's crazy.
Other countries have varying youth legislators, like Finland, New Zealand, like people in 40s.
And they're moving, and they're getting shit done. It's nuts, man. How about Nancy Pelosi's husband? I guess he likes the ladies. That's what, he was out. Remember, he got a DUI. He was out kind of with the ladies.
What would you do? Wait for her?
I'm shocked she puts up with it, but I don't know. I figured that generation, that kind of stuff really didn't happen, but the hell do I know? I'm not in my 90s. Maybe it was very common back then.
And supporting their customers. And now you can save 15% on meetings, chat, and phones with the Zoom United bundle. Visit zoom.com/bundle. Zoom, how the world connects.
Yeah, I'm so stressed. Our business is growing. We've got people all over now. What is that? Meditation? I'm recommending Uma, and they're all-in-one.
I don't think Americans care that much about
Uma? Yep.
gas
Switching to
and
Uma is a
inflation.
cinch.
I got to drink a gallon of this shit tomorrow, man.
No, before tomorrow.
No, I go in Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow night I got to drink a half a gallon, and in the morning I got to drink the other half. And then I got to take all these fucking pills on top of that.
Let me tell you something.
It looks so nasty.
Is this your first colonoscopy?
Yeah.
Okay. The good news is the colonoscopy itself, you don't even need it done. I mean, you go in and you're sedated, you're done. That's the good news. No pain, no discomfort.
And when you're done, there's no pain.
No, zero shit. Nothing.
You don't feel like you've been violated.
Fuck no. The worst thing in the world, well, you won't. The worst thing in the world is the prep.
Drinking that shit. I don't care about, you know me, I mean, I'll go 3 days without eating. I don't care about the no solids. Who gives a shit?
That's not what I'm talking about. It's the evacuation.
That looks so nasty.
You'll be clear, literally.
You lose 5 pounds too.
You'll be clear, Mark. It's disgustingly clear.
I've put about 17 pounds on since my nose surgeries. So I'm hitting it hard now. So it's a kickoff, I guess. I'll get 5 out of the way real quick. So they literally, it looks like the windshield washer fluid bottle. It looks just like it. No, but mine's just got powder at the bottom. Then you add water, put it in the fridge, and then drink half and half. And then they give you pills for gas. Oh my God, it sounds so horrible. You would think they would have a better way of checking this shit now. Although a lot of times there is polyps and they do it all at once. So maybe, yeah, you would think they'd be able to check for polyps, right? A different way. Yeah, but why? You would think there's like an MRI or some kind of imaging that could do it now, but I guess not.
But open roles got you underwater? Check out Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates.
How often do you have to get them done?
And get $75 towards
Tom,
your first
how often do you have to get one done?
Well, me, they said back in 10 years.
Okay, that's what they said mine will most likely be. But if they find anything, then they can tell you.
Yeah, my age is 5 years, but they said you don't need it for 10.
Yeah.
That was like 5 years ago. So. And I don't know if I like that or not, because what the hell, I don't care going in sooner, but I guess they won't pay for it.
That's where you wonder if those virtuals are the ones you basically crap in a bag and send it out. I see that on the TV all the time. I'm like, okay, that looks easy. But then there's issues with it. The false positive would be the worst. Or a false negative. Both of them would be horrible.
Your complete turnkey project, and we'll set up for you a no-cost in-home rock-solid quote. Dad?
Thank you, darling daughter. Since Dan Chicane, for over 3 decades, we've been making that promise. We have our word for future right and done right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Reach out to Tom Martino and let your voice be heard. Call, text, and now talk back anytime with our free iHeartRadio app while streaming KHOW in the full screen player. Just click the microphone to record your message. Talk back to Denver's talk station now.
Now, your chance at a trip to our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword LUCKY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info.
Tom, at 15, you're live for the first thing to break again.
That's LUCKY to 200-200.
Fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help calm and make.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino. on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. We are solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors. Gosh, I love One Clear Choice Doors. They've been a client of mine for so many years. If you need a garage door service of any kind, all of their prices are fully disclosed on the website, which I'm going to give you. Everything from springs to lubrication to adjustments to new doors and openers, all on the website. Great value, good people. One Clear Choice Doors.com. All your garage door needs. One Clear Choice Garage. One Clear Choice Doors.com. All right, so listen. I have a great email. Listen to this one. How does it work when your mother has a reverse mortgage you're going to inherit? If I pay off the mortgage, say it costs $300,000, which is over the $250,000 tax exemption, does the $50,000 go into her estate as income? Well, that is the weirdest way to look at it. You would never do that. When you inherit the house, first of all, when you inherit the house, you get her stepped-up basis in value. All right? So if it's paid, if she owes $300,000 on it, or if she owes $300,000, you sell the house, and the mortgage is paid. There's no income to anyone. You get what's left over. So I don't even get what she's talking about, unless she's talking about her mom being in a nursing home, and then they have to sell the house. Cheryl, I wish you could call, because I don't understand completely all of the variables. Now, if you mean she has a reverse mortgage you're going to inherit, and if I pay off the mortgage, say $300,000, is $50,000 of it income to her because it's above the $250,000 exemption? No. I mean, because you inherit the house at whatever basis it is, and she's dead, she doesn't pay taxes, that's inheritance to you. Now, so there won't be any gain on that house. She won't need to use her exemption because she'll be deceased.
What happens if you had a line of credit on a reverse mortgage? Let's say they had a $200,000 line of credit they could tap anytime.
Yes.
And they croak. Does that convert into cash for the estate, or does it go to, what happens to it? Do you know?
If you have a $200,000 line of credit you've never used.
Yeah, and let's say you live to be 100, so you already beat the, in other words, you're probably in there for free at this point, but you still have the line of credit for 200.
But you're saying it's a zero balance line of credit. Or you mean it's tapped out?
No. I'm saying there's $200,000 there you can take. But your mother or father lived to be 105 years old.
And never took it.
So in other words, the interest that got charged on the reverse when they were 65 ate up anything left, but the line of credit's still there.
No. If you have a line of credit and don't use it, you don't pay interest on it.
No. I'm saying if you take a reverse, I'm saying something crazy here, but if you take a reverse mortgage out,
yes,
okay, and let's say
for how much?
Let's say it's $500,000 in your line of credit's $250,000.
Well, that's unreal, but okay.
Whatever the number is.
Right, whatever the number. Let's say it's $200 with a $100,000 line.
Okay, perfect. And you never use the line of credit.
But the $200,000 accrues way beyond the value of the home.
That's right.
It usually doesn't, but okay.
But yeah, because you live to 105 and you never use the money.
But because it's
what happens to the money?
Okay, theoretically, if you take out a reverse loan, it's made so it never goes above the house value theoretically, because they limit you to 50 or 60% of the value. But let's just say it does. Let's just say there's no equity. What happens in the line? Nothing. You just have to pay off the loan. You don't pay off the line.
So you still the beneficiary would still have that cash.
No, they wouldn't have that cash. The beneficiary would take the house as an inheritance, right? Now, the house has...
How about the line of credit that was...
No, the line of credit would be a loan. The line of credit isn't money that's yours. It's a loan. So when you get the house, you get it at that value. So say the value's now 400, or okay, you want to say the value is less than 200.
That's right.
So let's say the house is 150.
There you go.
Okay, if you can't pay off the first, it goes back to the lender.
Yes, but when you first took it out, they gave you that line of credit based upon what you could get.
Right.
And you never used it.
But you don't get to use it later. Once you die, it's over.
So, okay, so that money would just be wasted.
Now,
so actually the reverse mortgage company would make out, or the bank would make out.
They wouldn't make out at all if the house is worth less than the first.
But the money that they gave you up front was never used, is what I'm saying.
Well, the 200 was to pay off the house.
To pay off the house, that's
and
correct.
It accrued beyond the value of the home. So it is used. But here's a better way of looking at it. If you do have a line of credit on that house, you paid off your first and you have a line of credit, and you're getting really old, you can take every cent of it and cash it out. And then when you die, your estate will not have to pay that back.
Yeah, correct. But now you're getting right to my question. If you didn't take it out and that happened,
you lose it.
You would lose it, and that's where the bank in that case, even though the value
they didn't lose as much.
That's right.
They didn't lose as much. That's right. So they made out by not losing as much as they could have.
Do you think there's people that, let's say they have a reverse mortgage. I don't even know how we got onto this, but
go ahead.
I thought about this.
Well, my email did.
Oh, so you have a reverse mortgage and your spouse dies.
Yes.
So you can still live there forever, but you get remarried to a much younger person. And you just never tell anybody.
Well, you can have a younger person living there.
No. So I get that. So the younger person lives in there, then you pass away. But they never report you as dead.
Well, okay. That would be fraud. It would be fraud, yeah.
I mean, do you think that goes on quite a bit?
I actually don't know.
Or the kids are living there and they're not supposed to be?
Of course, I imagine. Didn't you ever see that Shameless series?
Oh, Frank was the best.
They were collecting so many government. I've never seen a series like that in my life where
it was truly shameless.
Anyway, here's another reverse loan. Honest to God, another reverse loan email. Hypothetically, this is a good one. An elderly person cashes out $250,000 on their home and gives all the money to their son. Okay, the house is paid for. They get a reverse loan for $250,000 and give it to their son. Their son pays the taxes on the house. The elderly dad lives there on his monthly Social Security. Eventually, the elderly person goes to state-assisted living. Can the state claw back, if it's within that 5-year look back, can they claw back the money he gave to his son? That's a good question. That's a really good question.
If the money was there. We've talked about clawbacking money before. The problem is, even in a bankruptcy, if I give you money and you still have it, they can get it. But if you ran to Vegas and gambled it, it's not like you would owe it.
Well, with a clawback, no, they can make you pay it back. They can.
So if you gave me money.
That's right. Well, no, wait, you're right. If somebody went to Vegas, red or black, and lost every dime, I'm not sure what they would do on a clawback. We'd have to ask. But on this $250,000, it looks back. If they're going to pay for your assisted living, they look back on your assets to make sure you didn't give anything away in the last 5 years. So, but if you didn't really give away, you borrowed it and gave it. I don't think they'd claw it back, because technically they would take the house, but that money, that's really complicated. I'd like to know if people have any if they have any opinions on that. Really, think about it. Let's forget the reverse loan. Let's just say you take out a loan on your house, right? You take out a loan and give it to your kids. Let's say you take out a $500,000 loan and you give it to your children. Now you go into assisted living a year later, right?
Or file for bankruptcy.
Now, they can make you sell your house if you have equity. But what about the cash you took out? Because they're going to have to pay off that $500,000. If the state wants you to sell your house because you sell your house, you have to pay off that $500,000 loan.
Yeah, but they couldn't because the money's gone. It's already been passed.
Yeah, but So what? They can claw back, Mark, from relatives. They can claw back from anyone. If you've given away assets, we need to talk.
No, I think at that point you just simply wouldn't qualify for Medicare. I don't think they try to claw back. They deny whatever you're trying to do, right?
You mean the assisted living?
Yeah, they say, we're not going to pay for that. You just gave your kid $500,000. You got to go through that first.
I don't know. Is Blake Harris around today?
And then
did you try calling him at all?
I got a question for Bradley.
Yeah, go ahead. Brad O'Brien, OLSlaw.com, real estate attorney.
We get calls all the time. Hey, I quit claim my house for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. But a lot of people don't even realize if there was still a loan on there, it's not like the other person automatically.
Yeah, I don't know why they believe if they quit claim a house, it gets away from the loan. They don't even understand the law of
there's no way to
of security
debt in real estate, right? There's just no way to do it.
Right. If you get off the title to your house, you also want to get off the mortgage.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly right.
Out there that are screwed like that.
No, what Mark is saying, we've gotten calls before, people, where someone quit claim their house to someone, and then thought they were going to get paid, and they didn't get paid anything. And they had a mortgage on it. And they're still responsible for that mortgage.
We had a lady in Colorado Springs.
I know I have to take a break. Hey, Blake, I'm sorry we called just before we had to take a break. We can either call you right back, but here's what we're going to ask you. Do you know anything about the clawback rules for assisted living with estate planning and all that? Do you know anything about that, like doing trusts for that and getting rid of assets?
A little bit. I'll share what I know.
Okay, if you can hang on, BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833 Ask Blake right after this.
If you do a quit claim and never file it,
let's talk about Zero Res Denver. I love Zero Res. You know what I love about them? Nothing. What I mean is this. They use nothing to clean your carpets except plain, energized, patented water. That's right. It's super soft
alkaline base, a whole bunch of other magic stuff that sterilizes and gets your carpets clean like new. And it's better than new because guess what? There's no dirt-attracting residue from old shampoo. I love it. Time to clean your carpets the Zero Res way. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. 3-room areas, just $119. I'm calling them now that it's spring going into summer. That's 303-471-5150. CentryRV.com, the place you want to go to for aggressive and great deals on newer used RVs. That's CentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. When everyone else is crying supply chain shortages, they don't have any shortages of beautiful fifth wheels, travel trailers, pop-ups, whatever you want they have. CentryRV.com at exit 240 and I-25. That's up on Frontage Road, exit 240 and I-25.
Dave Ramsey here for Water Pros. Let's talk about your water, a precious resource that's a part of life. Harmful cleaners, chemicals, and pharmaceuticals are dumped down the drain daily, and they don't just magically disappear. I trust Water Pros. Water treatment should not cost tens of thousands of dollars. Water Pros water treatment systems start at $21.95 installed. So contact Water Pros locally and veteran-owned, the experts I trust. Go to waterpros.net.
I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. For Ideal Home Loans, there's still reason to refi with Ideal Home Loans interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refi you free of charge. 303-867-7000. Get rid of high interest debt, remodel instead of moving, or buy new with their exclusive pre-approval, putting you at par with cash buyers. 303-867-7000. Every loan customized for you. First they listen, then they lend. IdealHomeLoans.com. 303-867-7000.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KHOW every Saturday morning at 7. It's a live call-in show to give Coloradans like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
Fairway Collision Center is a family-owned auto body shop that gives you quality workmanship at a fair, competitive price. Since 1994, neighbors have received great service, whether it's repairing a small dent or restoring your car. For more info, go to fairwaycollision.com. Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate?
Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Sinking concrete? Go with the company that has 30 years of Colorado experience. I'm Brian with Advanced Mudjacking. We use cement, nothing toxic. Call me. I'll evaluate your problem and provide a fair, competitive bid at 303-424-9441. AdvancedMudjacking@yahoo.com.
This report is sponsored by Root Insurance.
Partly sunny skies for your Tuesday with temperatures right around the upper 70s and low 80s. We do have a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms as we get into this afternoon, potentially a few severe storms over the eastern plains. I'm Fox 31 Pinpoint Weather Team meteorologist Kylie Burst.
Look, Colorado, we get it. There are too many obnoxious car insurance ads. We're Root, and we do car insurance differently. Our app lets us give you smarter rates based on how you actually drive, not things like your job. Root, for good drivers. Download the app today. Disclaimers may apply. See root.com for details.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Blake Harris Law. Blake Harris is with us. You can always call him at 833-ASK-BLAKE. And basically, this question comes up quite a bit on lookbacks. We know this, that if you, I'm just going to give you some scenarios we know about, Blake. If you're going into assisted living and you have $500,000 in your bank, what would they do? And you're trying to get Medicare, or, you know, you're trying to get, like, the state to pay for it, Medicaid, I mean.
If you got $500,000, you are not going to qualify for Medicaid. You need to have less than $2,000 in the bank.
Now, what if you give away that $500,000 to your son as a gift, and then you apply for Medicaid a year later?
If you apply a year later, Medicaid is going to ask you, have you given away any assets in the last 60 months, in the last 5 years?
Okay, so we know that then. If you give away money in the last 5 years, what if I deeded my house to my son in the last 5 years? Would that also count as cheating?
It's cheating is not the right word, but it's the same thing as giving away cash or gold or piles of.
Okay, so any asset that you have transferred or given away in the past 5 years is called the look back. Now, this is where it gets weird. What if I took a loan out on my house, whether it's a reverse loan or any other kind of loan, and I gave the proceeds of that loan to my kid? So now my house is worth, let's say, $600,000 or $700,000, but it's got a $500,000 loan on it. Will Medicaid say you have to sell your house and spend down the $200, or are they going to look at the $500 I gave my kid in a loan, in loan proceeds?
Okay, so I mean, if so, you're getting a reverse mortgage and then they pay you $1,000 a month. You're giving that $1,000 a month.
No.
Child?
Forget about reverse loan. Let's just say a loan. I get a loan on the house, a lump sum.
Okay.
I pull out $500,000 on my house, or $250. Give it a number, and I give it to my son. When I go to when I go to try to qualify for assisted living with Medicaid, it's going to show I have some equity, but it's going to be $250,000 light in equity because I gave cash to my kid from a loan. So are they going to consider that? Or what are they going to say? Are they going to ask me what I did with those loan proceeds? I mean, how will that work?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter whether you earned that money, whether you got it from a loan, or whether you stole the money. If you didn't turn around and give it away, you've given away an asset that they're going to penalize you for.
Okay. So when I go to try to qualify for assisted living under Medicaid, they're going to say, have you given away any money, blah, blah, blah. And whether it was a loan or not, I gave it away.
Correct.
Okay.
So Blake, go ahead.
You're loaning money to your child, and your child has an obligation to pay you that loan back, then that's different. But if you're taking money from the bank and then turn around and give that money you got from the bank to your kid, you're giving money to your kid.
So they can claw it back if you've given it away and it's a loan proceed or any other kind of an asset, because the loan proceed is an asset. It comes from the equity of your home.
But do they even attempt to actually claw money back, or do they just deny the care?
Good question. It's not them clawing it back. They would just deny you from being approved.
Right, until it's spent down.
So it gets a little bit complicated. The average cost of a nursing home, let's say $7,000 in Denver. Every county has a different nursing amount for nursing home costs, but they do it based on the average cost of nursing home care in that county. So let's go with $7,000. If you've given away $70,000, they divide the $70,000 you've given away by the 7,000 divisor number, and then you're penalized, and for 10 months you can't go on Medicaid.
Okay, but after that 10 months, if that money still isn't spent down, it still has to be spent, though, right? Not just mathematically, or excuse me, not just a formula, though. If they deny you for that 10 months, at the end of that 10 months, if you still have the money, wouldn't you be denied again?
So I was saying if you gave away $70,000, not if you have $70,000.
Okay, got it. I get what you're saying. If you gave it away, okay, got it. You don't have that money, you'd be denied for 10 months if the average cost was $7,000 a month.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay. So, that clears things up a bit. So, really, estate planning then, have you ever had estates plan? Now, I hate to say this, but have you ever had estates planning how to pass assets on to the family so their parents would qualify for public assistance?
Yes. There's basically three ways to deal with long-term care insurance, or to deal with long-term care. Number one, buy long-term care insurance. In my opinion, long-term care insurance is not very appetizing. It's expensive. It's very expensive.
Okay.
And there's a lot of holes in coverage. You pay a little bit, then they pay a little bit, then you pay a little bit more, then they pay a little bit more. It's not just like there's a flat payout and they're going to promise they're going to pay for all your long-term care insurance. But it is something to consider, and if you've got a sizable estate, it's maybe a good investment. But it's not something that I find clients are really excited to go out and buy long-term care insurance policies. The second option is self-pay. Approximately 50% of people will be in long-term care. The average stay in a long-term care facility is about 18 months. The average cost is about $7,000. You do the math, it comes out to about $200,000 divided by a 50% chance you're going to end up there. It's about $100,000 that everyone can expect to spend on long-term care. So there's
right. I get what you're saying. Right. So what you do is you plan to pay yourself. So it's either long-term care insurance, or you plan to pay yourself, or a combination of those, or what else?
Or the third option is you give away the assets, and then there's two, and then within that category of giving away the assets, you can give away assets more than 5 years in advance, and you can give them directly to your children or friends, or you can give it away through a trust, and by giving it away through a trust, you make sure that your children don't blow it or that their spouse doesn't divorce them and take it away from them.
So what you're really planning to be basically broke at the end of or when you need it.
And it would have to be an irrevocable trust, correct?
No. We're not talking about a trust. He says you can just give it away.
You can. So within the third category of giving it away, there's the option to give it directly to your children, or you can give it to a trust.
And would that trust have to be irrevocable?
That trust would have to be irrevocable.
Okay.
And then at this point, they have to trust your children that they will provide for you and spend them.
Right.
I got one follow-up on something else you asked, and this intrigued me, man. You said the average of counties for assisted living. So let's take Douglas County, which is one of the richest in Colorado, and Prowers County, which is probably the poorest. If you lived in Prowers, and it was $3,000 a month,
you're penalized longer.
No. Could you actually move to Denver? Let's say you don't owe any money and you can get right on Medicare. Can you move to a much richer county and live in a better place? Or you're stuck where you lived before? Or you can live wherever the hell you want?
You can live wherever you want. My only caveat there is that if Medicaid thinks that you move just for the purpose of changing that, they may give you a hard time about that. But
I didn't know that before.
But if you can paint a storyline that this is legitimately your new, you can.
There's a lot to estate planning, as we know. 833 Ask Blake. That's why he's around. Eric, this comment on Medicaid clawback. What is it, Eric?
Hey, Tom. So in 2018, when my father went into skilled nursing and qualified for Medicaid, we submitted all the paperwork. The company that helped us do it did what's called a fast track to get him on Medicaid. And we marked on there that, yes, that he had given me $25,000 like 2 years earlier. It took Medicaid 2 years to catch up on the paperwork and then come back to me and say, hey, we want that $25,000.
And then you paid it.
Yeah, I had to refinance my house in order to get the $25,000.
Wow, but it took them 2 years to catch you.
It took them 2 years to catch up to me. Yeah.
But you openly openly disclosed it.
Right, but they would have caught it anyhow because when he was applying, we had to give them 3 years of bank statements, so they would have caught it anyhow.
Well, thank you on that. We got more coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now, Michael Brown tomorrow morning at 6:30 KHOW Denver.
If it's not around, I guess it's not irrevocable, is it?
This report is sponsored
That was right, unless you needed it to be.
Yeah, think about that. You do an irrevocable trust, you get on Medicare.
No, you do an irrevocable trust, and if you never need it, you rip it up.
Yeah, except a lot of times you
but if you fund it, you have to have funded it when you formed it, so you can't just rip it up because you have shit titled to it.
That's in the trust.
Yeah, it's titled to it.
Okay, but you can change a beneficiary. How would anybody know what was in there?
Oh, I see.
You're acting like you're filing it with the state.
Well, you might have to give it to somebody, then it's an inventory question. Like if you buy life insurance with it, life insurance company wants the whole document. So
that would be true.
Somebody else has it.
I'm saying, like, if I set up an irrevocable trust and put Miles on it, and Miles gets whatever's in that trust when I pass away, and I get pissed at Miles and I change it.
You know, we love talking about garage coatings, and if you want a lifetime warranty, no down payment, guaranteed lowest price, serving the entire front range, you can go to GarageKings.com. That's Garage Kings, 720-252-0370. That's 720-252-0370, or GarageKings.com for patios, walkways, pathways, your garage, whatever you want, even commercial buildings. 720-252-0370. Frank Duran, one of the finest people I know, not just in real estate, but in life. And if you want someone you could depend on, he'll show you stats that'll show you he sells for more money and faster than the average bear. In fact, he's a record setter in a lot of places. He also, of course, will not hold you to a long-term contract because he wants to make sure you're happy and you're content. And, man, no one else does that. No one does that. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com with Team Duran at RE/MAX Alliance, 303-920-1622.
Michael Brown here from my partners at the Colorado Business Roundtable. You know, sometimes we forget just how vital businesses are to our state. They're not simply brick and mortar. Businesses support our communities by providing jobs. They provide Coloradans with opportunities, valuable products and services.
You'd have to title your house. You would have to change your bank accounts to beneficiary. Yeah, okay. Although, okay, because on the trust document itself,
it will actually define if it's revocable or not, won't it? It's not just the name of the trust. It would be unrevocable trust.
I can't edit it though.
No,
I mean, I don't know if
you can't. That's just to view it. I just want to see.
Well, what are we gonna do when you're out?
No. I'm working on sharing it with him.
We'll get him some practice.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I just wanted to make sure.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
My database. I shared the view with her so she can see it all.
I'm not nearly as good as keeping up on that as you are, so don't even.
Yeah, but
I will attempt to.
I mean, it's a database. You just enter it.
I understand.
Or do you normally don't take notes?
I usually remember the shit, but then the problem becomes, and
I remember the shit for the show, but
yeah,
with the amount of calls we take when referring back, it's so accurate.
Yeah, I know it is.
So, and I did this at your.
You're assuming I can multitask.
Well, if you can't
to the degree you're talking about. I will as good as I can, is what I'm trying to tell you. My notes aren't going to be nearly as good as yours on a particular call. But I will try. I will tell you that. I will make you that. What would be cool is if we could run it through software that just grabbed the phone conversation. You know you could do that with enough money. You could have a programmer go in there, basically scribe the entire conversation, and then add the keywords into a database. That would be slick.
Call QC Kinetics now to learn more about regenerative medicine and get a totally free in-office consultation. Call 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
I added a date field, and that makes it really good because, the old ones we can delete.
To sell your home, get paid twice. You can with Orchard.
I have to learn how to.
Orchard makes you a solid.
I got to edit this.
On your home.
I'm perfecting this thing. That's why I'm not.
Orchard handles everything from there. Paint, prepare, clean, list, and show your home. And if your old home sells for more than Orchard paid you for it, you get the upside cash. That bears repeating. When your old home sells for more than Orchard paid for it, you get paid again. And that happens 99% of the time with Orchard. Look, in this hot Denver market where there's so many home buying companies trying to lowball you, only Orchard pays you the upside when your old home sells for more. Want to get paid twice when you sell your home? I know I would. Learn how and get a free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Keep our schedule full? Seasonal incentives? Oh, yeah. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. Now's the time to call and save a full 12% on all services for selected sellers. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Hello, this is Kieran Cambier from Centennial Capital Partners. Considering a Roth conversion, is it right for you? Give us a call at 303-584-1161 to discuss.
Securities offered through Cambridge Investment Research Inc., a broker dealer, member of MSIBC Investment Advisor, representative Cambridge Investment Research Advisors, and a registered investment advisor, Cambridge and Centennial Capital Partners.
Get Superstore.
Jesus Christ.
God, that was stupid. At what point is that not even
That's
valid?
what I'm saying. It's stupid. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to Michael now. Michael, what's going on? You have a problem with a property manager. What's happening? Well, let's see. 30-something years ago, TV or radio? Absolutely, positively, yes. Exactly, yes, I remember because this guy was, he was really pissed off. A really pissed off
guy, and I believe, did he blow the engine or something, or was it turbo? What was it?
No, what it was is that if being a car guy as I am, in fact, I'm still writing car columns here for my little town, but the performance aspect was coming back in the automobiles, and people were getting these IROC Camaros and Corvettes, and they were wrecking them left and right because of excessive speed. And the gist of the interview was, were they a safe car or not? And they were, and it was because people just ran them too fast and wrecked them. Plain and simple.
So what's going on now with the property manager?
Okay. Well, this is really interesting. I've been in this complex now for almost 6 years.
Okay.
And I'm the absolute epitome of a good renter. I take care of the outside. I've paid extra rent. I've paid for a lot of my own repairs and things like that. And myself, my leaseholder, just had a wonderful relationship. Well, because of health reasons, he was looking for help in this. And he found this person.
You mean the owner found a person?
Yes, the owner.
Recently?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is what happened. We were having a real problem with some people across the alley. And I had tried to go through the proper channels, and I asked this person to talk to me, and they never did. Well, then I sat down and wrote a
You asked what person to talk to you, the property manager or the people you're having trouble with?
No, I'm not talking to them. No way.
Okay.
But
so what did you want to talk?
Manager,
what did you want to talk to the property manager about?
Well, about the situation that was going on across the alley.
What was the situation across the alley?
Well, they were using our trash cans and trashing out the alley. They had too many people in the house. You name it.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Are they in the same complex?
Pardon me, no, they're not.
They're not even in the same complex?
No, they're across the alley.
Okay, so you've been living here 6 years having trouble with people in another complex?
No, this started happening about a year ago.
Well, okay, but you're having trouble in another complex, but what does that have to do with where you're living?
Well, the ownership is the same.
Oh, I get it. But they're two separate complexes, but the same ownership. Got it. Okay.
Okay. Well, I tried to bring this up, and I was ignored. And there were other
who you tried to bring it up. Hold on, bro. You tried to bring it up to who?
To both concerned parties.
Who are they? What do you mean, both concerned parties? What is that?
I first tried to bring it up to the manager, and
then the owner, and then the owner.
And then later on, I spoke with the owner about this.
Got it. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you really, so you're trying to complain about these other people in this complex owned by the same owner, and no one is listening to you.
Well, at that point, now this all happened back in the
I need to get to what's happening today, bro. And then we'll work backwards. I swear to you, I'm a really fast learner. What is going on that's pissing you off right now?
Well, it's been taken care of, but the manager retaliated against me and accused me of accosting her at work and called my landlord.
So you're positive, though, wait a minute. Why would this manager take revenge on you because people across the alley in another complex were taken care of?
All right, this is what I was getting into. And so
well, Michael, you got to be more. You got to connect the dots for me. Why would the property manager care? Well, hold on, okay. I'll give you more time, but you got to get to the point. Why does the property manager care that you took care of another problem?
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Baconator.
And a busy afternoon out there. The overturned tanker truck, this is eastbound I-270 between Vasquez and Quebec. It has been cleared. All lanes are reopened. It happened earlier this morning, but fully reopened and traffic starting to get back to normal there. We're still seeing some slow speeds in the area, though. An accident involving a motorcycle eastbound County Line just past Broadway. Use caution in that area. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather. There is a slight chance of showers today, high near 80, chance of rain tonight and 53. 81 and mostly sunny tomorrow, and then possibly some rain Thursday, windy and a high near 90. Right now it's 74. With your impact traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
Don't let breakfast be boring when it could be better. Wendy's Breakfast Baconator will have you feeling sunny side up all day long. Wake up to fresh cracked eggs, savory sausage, and oven-baked bacon, of course. Order it and start looking forward to tomorrow morning at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours only.
Grainberry, Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Today is the day to take control of your health. Start each day with Grainberry cereals. I'm Peter Harris with breaking news. Our Grainberry cereals are packed with tons of plant-based fiber and more than 6 times the amount of antioxidants found in blueberries. Great tasting Grainberry with amazing onyx sorghum starts with lower sugar than other cereals and uses only whole grains to help slow sugar absorption, which helps manage diabetes and prediabetes. Our goal was to create healthy cereals for your family without sacrificing an ounce of flavor. Try it for yourself. Grab a box of Grainberry bran flakes, honey nut toasted oats, or delicious cinnamon frosted shredded wheat. You'll love the flavor and make today the day that you truly take control of your health with Grainberry.
Grainberry, Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Tired of long waits and rushed care at the ER and urgent care clinic? Next time, stay home and let Dispatch Health bring the power of the hospital to you.
I call Dispatch Health. A care team of medical professionals actually come to your house. They're the same caliber of people that you would see if you were at a hospital or an urgent care.
Dispatch Health can treat most non-life-threatening emergencies.
They can do the x-rays, they can do stitches,
urinary tract infections, blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound.
It's almost everything that they can do at the ER.
You never feel rushed. They're there for you and only you.
I felt like their only patient.
And it costs no more than a trip to urgent care because Dispatch Health is covered by most insurance, including Medicare. See if we serve your home at dispatchhealth.com.
Dispatch Health really went above and beyond.
It's wonderful to have care come to your home.
House calls are back, and they're better than ever. Learn more at dispatchhealth.com.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver packages fast and affordably, so you can give your customers what they want when they need it. We're delivering for one-stop shops, mom and pops, pop-ups, startups, retail, wholesale, large scale, small biz, big box, customers, customizers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/delivering.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Just tell us what you need, indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Is your concrete sinking, interior floor, basement, or garage? Brian here with Advanced Mud Jacking. I've been lifting concrete in Colorado for over 30 years. We use cement, nothing toxic. Advanced Mud Jacking, 303-424-9441. AdvancedMudJacking@yahoo.com.
Any kind of countertops, whether stone or man-made material, quartz or granite or whatever you want, you can get at theartofgranite.com. Now, the Art of Granite's located in Golden. What a great place to go to get countertops. Now, listen, he'll give you prices on the phone. He is so confident of his deals. That's theartofgranite.com. Get your price because he tears out and hauls away free. He does the bathroom free when you do the kitchen and wholesale on all materials. 303-386-5919. That's 386-5919. All right, if you want an investment that's pretty solid, safe, and conservative, but it's got an average rate of return for the past several years of 4%, guaranteed, plus a 1% dividend, try overfunding your life insurance policy with Become the Banker. Here's what it's designed to do. You get a small life insurance policy, you overfund it, it grows. You can use that money and borrow it instead of credit cards. Pay it back like credit cards, but that interest goes back to you. And it grows your fund even more. And it grows tax-free for retirement. BecomeTheBanker.org for more information. Why do we love public adjusters like Paragon Services, Mark?
Why do we love them? My goodness, because a lot of insurance companies, even after a hailstorm, will tell their carriers of their policy, there's no damage. That's what mine did. And guess what Matt with Paragon Services ended up getting me, Tom? $70,000. I went from zero, Mr. Major, you don't have any damage, to a check for $70,000 thanks to Paragon Services. You can find Matt and our other public adjusters at referralist.com.
Fairway Auto Service invites you to experience honest auto repair and service. Trust the technicians that will provide you with exceptional customer satisfaction. They offer the best auto service repair and quality for your car. For more info, go to fairwayautoservice.com.
Afternoons 2 to 4. It's Leland Conway.
Boulder is trying to infringe on Colorado's Second Amendment rights. We'll have the details on this and more. 630 KHOW, Denver's talk station.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Jay, what is your comment on the economy? I'm going to go back to Michael in a second here. What is your comment, Jay?
It's a question, sort of. Years ago, the economy was kicking butt and doing great.
That's right.
You'd said, you wouldn't remember this, I'm sure, but you said something about you didn't think pawn shops were going to make it because the economy's too good.
Right.
Well, it went to hell, and the pawn shops got full, and they kicked ass. Right now, the economy's terrible, and there isn't a dang thing on the shelf in a pawn shop anywhere in town. There isn't. How? Why?
Well, why there aren't any items? Because no one's pawning stuff.
Yeah, how can they do that when their gas is $5 a gallon?
Oh,
nobody's working.
You know,
how is it possible that nobody's pawning anything? They're losing it, and it's coming out on the shelf. The shelves are packed.
I wonder if pawn shop owners have an idea. I wonder if they have a theory or a philosophy. I don't know. You know what? We ought to get one on. That's a great idea. Jay, I'd like to explore that. Why don't we find out tomorrow or the next day or whatever why pawn shops are doing why are the shelves empty? Good point. Let's go to Michael. Michael, okay, here's what we got, bro. What we have is you've been living in this place 6 years, but let's just say it like it is. You're now having trouble with a property manager because you complained about neighbors across the way. So what is the property manager doing?
Okay, let me lay it out for you. I'll try to do it quickly. Okay, on April 6th, I had a 7-minute and 40-second phone call. Everything was fine. I asked the property manager to talk to me on the 7th. I was refused. He didn't do it.
No, Michael, this is not getting to it. I'm going to ask questions. What is the property manager doing to you? What is he or she doing that is unfair or that you think you're being they're taking revenge on you? What is happening?
Okay. It was discovered that I had turned in a report to the town authorities, and I named this person in the report. The property manager got a hold of this. Of course, it made this property manager look bad.
What did the property manager do to you?
Pardon me?
What is the property manager doing to you?
Are they threatening to evict you?
What are they doing to you?
Okay. This person called my leaseholder and told them that I had accosted her in her place of business.
Okay.
Which was totally untrue.
How did you supposedly accost her?
Well, in the notice it didn't say because I never did.
Okay, so what was the result?
Report.
What was the result of this alleged false allegation? What was it?
Okay, well, I got a hold of the leaseholder who I've known for years. He's a wonderful man.
Right.
And we worked it all out. And, of course, the eviction was rescinded.
So she was trying to evict you.
Happened.
She was trying to evict you.
Yes.
Is she still doing anything against you?
Pardon me?
Is she still doing anything against you?
At this point, no.
So you took care of it. I mean, that's a good thing, right?
Well, it is, but then again, it isn't. Because there are still undertones rolling with this thing.
Well, Tom accosted people forever on TV. It doesn't mean It means that they basically aggressively approach.
No, but
it doesn't mean they beat you up.
But
or you
Michael,
beat them up.
Michael, what I'm getting at is this: what is the issue today? Not what she did before, but what's the issue today?
The issue today is that I don't trust this person.
Oh, okay.
They've made.
You think she's? Let me give you an expression. You think she's laying low for you?
Yep, sure do.
And she's going to try to pick on you. But what are you going to do if she? Okay, but you can't do anything on maybe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the owner you say is a good person. Well, the owner should probably will take care of you then, and make sure she doesn't. Go ahead.
Yes, that could be, but this doesn't mean. Now, there's other stuff that's happened too that I don't want to disclose. Okay, and you've got a pattern going here. Tom, please let me finish.
Okay, now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you more time, but you're not saying anything. You're not saying anything. Michael, hold on. We'll get your number for the next show. Really, but you have to tell us specifics on what she is doing. I'm Tom Martino. Save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the